Yeah, it's about that time. You rocking with your boy Damo Unleash and Sky Black on the Nashville Cavemen podcast. Stay tuned.
Phone on the whip with the crystals on the side. Doors flip up, yeah, we call it suicide. Creeping like the spider every time that I ride. Yeah, I smile at my haters just to fuck with their pride. And the car so dope that the truth tell a lie. $1 million dreams make a broke nigga high. Dudes get mad when they really say hi. The paint so wet that it make a pussy slide. Some rooftop with the wood grain grip. Ain't even raining, but the paint still drip. I'm not even traveling, but baby, I'm a trip. So she riding up the mountainside just to see the tip. Top of the world, that's what they ain't wanna be. Riding in a battle, adding to my legacy. Crystals on the chrome, yeah, the body so G. I'm a stunt so hard, niggas can't stand me.
What is going on? Happy Tuesday. Hold on. I don't know why this is like this. It ain't got my boy. There we go. Don't like that, man. I get my partner in crime in here.
Man, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, looking forward to Memorial Weekend next week. But, I wanted to go ahead and just everybody, man, welcome to the Nashville Caveman Podcast Show. I am one half of your host, Damo Unleash. And the other half, I'm going to roll out the red carpet for this is a good friend of mine that I also look at as a brother. So I'm going to roll out the red carpet, let him introduce himself. And let's go ahead and get this show moving.
Man, what's up, everybody? Hey, first of all, again, God is good. We was able to wake up today, see another week. I had to go put on the old school WMTS 88.3 where I started as a DJ when I was at MTSU getting my bachelor's degree. So tonight, first of all, congratulations on your interview with Dominique J. That's her name, right?
Which was real fun. Yeah, it was real fun. Out of Memphis, man. Memphis was in the house.
Yes, I love it, man. Shouts out to Jay Money from setting that up because I play his music too. So tonight we got Jay Money's music. We got Damo's music. Man, Damo, that song you just played, man, that's one of my favorite songs, man. I'm telling you.
I appreciate that.
And the emergency, man. I said most of the songs y'all sent me, man, is dope. But you'll hear that tonight on the D Bling Radio Show, which is offtopradio.com. That is offtopradio.com. And then we stream on offtoprecords.net. This Saturday, I'll be down at Swag. Last Saturday, I was at Top Rope Wrestling. Shouts out to everybody at Top Rope that came out. Shouts out to everybody who went to RWF in Gallatin. But this Saturday, it's a free show, everybody. A free show down in Huntington, Tennessee, Carroll County Civic Center. Swag Wrestling, Scott Black will be there. When I say free, nobody has to pay. Y'all just come in. It's free for everybody. Shouts out.
Oh, that is nice.
Yes. For Memorial Day, everybody come out, eat, have a good time, and then bring the whole family down there because it is a family show. We're going to have a great time. But anyway, so, after we play your music, we stream it, we send it over to Damo. He's going to interview you. If y'all miss any of his interviews, y'all are crazy. Go watch them. They are great. And then after he interviews you, then the next thing is you'll be set up to be voted on male artist of the year, no matter what genre, or female artist of the year. And I'm excited about in December to see who will be the first inaugural winners of those awards.
And you know what? I want to tell you guys about this too. I decided that I'm going to do this. The money that I make from Bigo at the end of the year, that's what the artist is going to be rewarded. So if you want to contribute to artists, man, the money that we're going to give to the artists, go on Bigo and just when you see me live, send me gifts. And then that turns into money that goes into a savings. And whatever is in that savings, that's what we're going to divide amongst the male and the female artists of the year. So if it's $100 only sitting there, it's only going to be $100. Well, $50 because it's going to be split in half, both directions. If it's $2,000 sitting in there, then both artists gonna get $1,000 apiece. If it's $5,000 sitting in there, then $2,500 gonna go toward one artist, $2,500 gonna go toward the other artist. So the money from there that I use on Bigo, that's gonna be the award money.
That's amazing. See, we don't have enough people doing stuff like that. A lot of folks are just selfish and they're a bunch of gatekeepers. Shout out to you, Damo, for doing things like that. Stuff like that is what's going to keep this industry alive, especially here in Nashville, going because a lot of people then got tired, they then fell off. They figured there's no way around except doing the Diddy things to get on. No, we're not doing the Diddy things here. We are literally helping folks who are content creators, whether it's podcasting like us or it's doing music like Damo used to do back in the day, DJing like I still do today. This is what we're here.
And you know, on Bigo, when I do go on there live, because I've been trying to figure out what kind of content that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play every day that I'm on there. I'm gonna play all the musicians that have come through here. I'm gonna play their music. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna promote them. So I'm gonna actually use it to promote them and to raise money to gift them at the end of the year, to gift the women. So that's my goal for it. I took a good month off from Bigo to go ahead and figure out how I wanted to construct it in a way that I can tie it into our podcast. And I think that's the best way.
All right. Well, that's amazing. Thank you, Damo. Shouts out to you, brother.
Man, shouts out to you also, man. Man, we got a good one today. We got some good conversation today. And the cool thing is, this thing can go as long as we want it. It can go as long. We go into 4 or 5 hours. It is what it is.
Okay. That's what's up.
But the first topic of discussion is going to be, would we be better off letting women approach us rather than us approaching them when it involves romantic interests? The next topic is, could you be married to someone and you both live in different houses? Which I think is a good topic. A lot of people doing it. Is it time to throw away traditional expectations? A woman, and then the next one is, a woman says, get this, men who make $50,000 or a year or less shouldn't date. So if you're making $50,000 a year or less, she said you shouldn't date. And I'm gonna play the video.
Okay.
Do you remember Kale from Good Burger?
Yeah.
He's a dude. His wife got impregnated 3 times by 3 different men. And he stayed to try to work it out. Now, you know, eventually that didn't work, right?
Right.
So, you know, that kind of interesting. And then lessons men should learn from P Diddy's situation. Because I don't know if you've seen the video of him running in the hallway, man, with that towel on, man, karate kicking, man, Cassie like that, man, just ignorance at its finest. You know, but I'm sitting up there like, there's a lot that could be learned from that. So we're going to discuss that, man. And one more. This dude is got his girlfriend. You imagine, fellas, imagine you in a relationship with your woman. Y'all got a 1-bedroom house. Y'all mama come into town. Now, would you let her sleep in your bed knowing that you and your woman fool around in that bed? I mean, think about all the nasty, trifling things you do. Would you, just rather just put your mama in a hotel room where she comfortable, or would you let her sleep in your bed?
Now, this is if we don't have the couch that pulls out to the bed.
No, we're talking about the bed in your bedroom bed.
Because if I let her use my bed, where do we sleep?
Well, they was talking about in this video that I'm about to play later on, they was talking about the couch. Them going to the couch and letting the mama have the bed. But I don't want to talk about it right now, but I wouldn't invite her. No, I wouldn't invite my mom. I ain't in a 2-bedroom house. I'm not even inviting, but that's down the road. Yeah. That down. We're gonna talk about that, y'all. So, man, I want to ask you, Scott, before we go ahead and get into discussion, man. How was your week, man? Anything new?
Man, what's up, Jasmine? How you doing? No, man. Hey, I'm telling you, from wrestling to wrestling, that's about it, man. Just going up and down the roads. I remember just a little quick story. So I remember when I was a child. When I mean child, I was like 16, 17, 18 years old. So to make money in the summer, there was a guy, I had a good friend of mine named Caesar Harris. And his daddy, his name was Caesar Harris too, but we called him Mr. Harris. He used to get us, and we would go cut grass for these people. And I'm talking about these rich doctors and lawyers. I mean, they got the huge yards, and we out there cutting. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing? They had the huge yards, you know. We out there just cutting, sweating. I was getting paid like $50-something a yard, whatever. I was like, man, this is just the laziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Well, what about now? I'm them lazy folks. What about now? I actually pay somebody to come out here and cut my grass. I've been cutting grass since 1992, right? I literally have a guy up the street that I pay now to come down here and cut my grass. And I tell you, when I say it's the smallest things that count in this world, when you don't have to think about cutting grass no more. And my yard's not that big. I can literally take a walking lawnmower and do it in an hour. But him and his wife got that little riding lawnmower, them 0 turns. And when I tell you they knock it out in 30 minutes, they trim, they blow, all that stuff. I became the people that I used to hate. I used to be cutting the grass and looking at these people sitting on the porch with their wives drinking lemonade while I'm out there sweating. Now I'm the one on the porch with the lemonade while somebody else is out there sweating. I was like,
and if there is any year, and I don't blame you, Sky, because if there is any year where you're gonna hire somebody to cut your to mow your lawn, this the year. Because them cicadas, man, one landed on me, and I'm telling you, landed on the front of me. And time stopped. It is like time went in slow motion. I was like, swinging at it like, man.
Right.
Man,
well, you know what
I gotta cut grass when we get up in here. And you know what
I know about the cicadas? At night, they're not that bad. Like last night, they're not that bad. They're only out during the day like that.
That's why I'm
flying around.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut grass night to night. I'm sorry, neighbors. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta cut it tonight.
Because most of the time when I'm driving, I'm killing them. They hit my damn windshield. I hit 13 cicadas on the interstate yesterday. 13.
Man, it ain't even worth washing your car this year.
No,
it's pointless.
Yeah, but that's how my week went, man. How did yours go?
Man, it was a blur.
Birthday too, Jimmy. Man, it's good to see you. Hopefully, I get to see you June 1st, Jimmy.
Man, it was a blur. It went by so quick. Let me tell y'all, the older you get, the faster time goes. You know, I was grateful to have the interview yesterday. I interviewed Nitty the Hitman from Nashville last week. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of good to start getting Nashville artists to interview them. So, but other than that, man, same old, dodging cicadas like everybody else, you know, looking like Barry Sanders walking out there.
That's what's up. Well, we ain't got too much longer because I heard they were supposed to be here at the end of April, but they really didn't come out until like May, and they were supposed to be gone by the 1st of July. So a few more weeks, and they'll be all gone.
Yeah, they said 8, so I'm counting them 8. That means that, man, hopefully by August, man, we start to see them leave out. But I know I just can't stand it, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't like bugs. I'm one of them kind of dudes. I don't like flying bugs. Right. You know, and it wouldn't bother me if they didn't, first of all, you know, do a suicide dive into you. Right. You know what I'm saying? They just run right into you. Yeah. If they didn't land on you and stay, and then they had them red beady eyes, man. Imagine, you know, I got them big ass bug eyes. Imagine my shit being red though, and I land on it like this. You're like, hell.
They have no home manners. They don't care. They only come out once every 13 years, so they have no home manners. They don't have no training. They'll run into you, hit you, thump you in the forehead. They don't care. Man. They don't care whatsoever.
And I be up there like a finger. You know, remember when? Let me tell y'all remember Friday after next? Yep. After Craig's his grandmama got hit, and how she was fidgeting, she was all fidgety. I be like, that was cicadas now.
Especially if you live somewhere with a lot of trees, you gonna get them bad, man. That's where they are, these trees, man. And you next to these trees, you gonna get a swarm of them. Mm-hmm.
And I don't even have none in my yard. I think you done pulled up. We got one by I do got one of them, but it's in the neighbor's yard. It's by a shed. The other one is a really big tree. So, man, you don't know if you got cicadas flying at you, if you got wasps flying at you. You just don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what you said. You right.
But I wanted to go ahead and get into, I was asking this question. Would it be better off if men just stop approaching women and allow women to approach men? Now, this dude, he made this interesting point, and I want to go ahead and play this. Turn all this back on. We're on. Bluetooth. There we go. So let me go ahead and stop our music. I got to come through, stop our music, y'all. All right. So I'm going to play this video, Sky, and then we're going to go ahead and get into this.
These women don't, listen, I don't see the point of approaching women or bagging women. There's no point unless you know. The only way you get her is if you already know she's into you.
So what if you're out somewhere and you find an attractive woman? You're not going to go up to her?
There's no point.
Why?
Because they choose. There's absolutely no point of, what do you mean how?
But how do you know you're not chosen if you don't go up to her?
You don't have to go up to her. When a woman wants what she wants, she shows you that she wants it.
Not all
lie. Y'all looking at the camera, lie and say y'all don't. These women don't, listen, there's dudes that don't got to do nothing but breathe. Hey, I think you're so handsome. I can give this. Women have come up to them. I used to be one of those guys. And then
Which one were you? Come on now, which one were you? The one that women used to come up to you?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't.
So hearing that, right?
Right.
Do you want to go ahead and attack that first, or do you want me to go ahead and attack that first?
Oh, you go ahead. Go right ahead.
Well, let me tell you. I think this dude is absolutely right. I think, man, when a dude approach a female, you got the chance of being called a creep. Like, they don't even let you down. A lot of these females won't even let you down gracefully. They'll treat you really bad. So I do think it is when women are interested in a dude, they'll let the dude know. Now, he may not catch the signs, right?
Right.
But then, they'll do enough to let him know and open the door for him that if he is also interested in her, that he'll go ahead and be able to walk through there and they'll be able to have a conversation. But I think it hasn't been boding well for dudes to approach females. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's a stalker. Oh, he's a weirdo. Oh, he thirsty. You get that when she's not interested in you.
Right.
So I do think it'd probably be better to just, man, if you like the female, if she don't approach you, go ahead and move on.
Man, okay, so let me tell you, I'm one of them people who don't get the signs. Like, that's just how much of a square that I am. A girl could be flirting with me, and it just goes over my head. I don't know why. I just don't pick up on things like that. And maybe because I look at women, and a lot of people don't hate this, but I look at women more as a liability than an asset to me. So even if a girl approaches me, I'm always like, what does she want? And she might not want nothing. She might need help changing a tire. She might need $1. She might even just be asking me, hey, do you know how to get here, the directions? So I'm the type that if a female approaches me, I'm never looking at her as trying to like me or give me signals. I'm looking at what does she want in 2024. Because the way the economy is now, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? So to me, to answer your question, I'm indifferent. I guess it just depends on who you are. If you a playboy, as Diddy used to say back in the day, what's up, playboy? And you think that you that good that you can get any woman, then approach him. Shit, yeah. If you think you the God's gift to women, shit, approach him. But if you like me, an introvert, and you just like, I don't know the signs. I don't want to be labeled a creep or pervert. I don't want to go up to a woman and she starts screaming. Then let them come to you. I think it just all depends on the man's ego. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But most of the time for me, I try to let people come to me because all this Me Too movement. I ain't trying to go to jail or be caught up in court because some woman's like, oh, he looked at me funny. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So even when I'm walking and I see women, I put my head down. Like I look down to the ground. And most of them say, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how you doing? But I don't, and if it's an older black woman, I'll speak first because that's just how I was raised. But these young people, I don't even speak unless they speak first because the last thing I need is, oh man, Scott Black looked at me funny or he's stalking me. Like, no, I ain't got time for that shit.
And which is why also I think is to the point, because I think the traditional, damn, can't get it out. Expectations don't exist anymore. Like people have traditional expectations, but they don't come from traditional backgrounds. Right. So I think a lot of the ways that we used to go about doing things need to change, you know, and I think that's one of them. You know, females think that if we're interested in it, that we should approach it. No, man, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Because what do we get out of it? First and foremost, it is a liability. So since you are the liability, I feel like if you're interested, you should approach me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the one that got everything to lose once this thing start jumping off. Once it start to move on from us getting to know each other to dating to relationship to marriage, now I'm at the mercy of you. So and the women aren't traditional anymore anyway. Most of them, by the time you get to them, they didn't have multiple bodies. So I think I'm the one, you should be vetting me. I shouldn't be vetting you. Why would I vet you when in the end, if it don't work out, you the one to walk away with everything?
That's absolutely correct.
You think about this. Most females think that men should pay for the date. So what am I getting out of this? Why should I be vetting you? You know what I'm saying? For what? A potential wife that in the end, if it don't work out, and more than likely, it's not going to work out.
Right.
So you should be the one doing the vet, not me.
And then I agree, and you use the word vetting. So a lot of my life, I look at everything as a business transaction because I'm just so left brain now. Right. Like everything to me, even dating is a business transaction. Because that's how the government looks at it. Government, when you get married, the government don't look at it as two people that love. They look at it as two corporations coming together. Because you a corporation with your money and assets, she's a corporation with her money and assets, and then y'all merging to make one big corporation. Why they ask you, are you married or are you single? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. So you're right, I'm vetting you to see, are you an asset to me or are you a liability? And a lot of them, and again, I know they're going to say I'm bashing women, but a lot of them are liabilities now, man. Like you said, they've gone through hell and back. They got multiple kids. They slept with multiple men, multiple sorry ass men, right? And then they find you who got their shit together. And like you said, well, hell, all these other men got it for free. Why is it because I got my shit together? Now all of a sudden you want to be with me? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird way of looking at things, but that's how I look at it. You know, America is a corporation, y'all. I just hate to tell y'all that. And America runs as a corporation. So if you're not business minded or you think that way, that's why a lot of and that's a different subject. A lot of 9-to-5ers and middle class is falling off because they're not business minded. They get up, go to work, go to school, die, pay taxes. America's not like that. If y'all don't get on the boat of how America runs, you're going to get left behind. And that's why I said, to me, most women are liabilities.
Right. I think anything's a liability when the losses, the cons outweigh the pros.
Yeah.
So marriage is good for men and relationships are good for men when they work. When they don't work, there's no, what are you benefiting from it? You know, what are you getting from it? So a man should ask the woman for a date for what?
Yeah.
Because a date, man, he the one spending the money. A lot of these females don't even want to go Dutch. Me personally, I think the first few dates should be Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
It should be all Dutch until, and then y'all should have conversations where maybe the guy pays for one date, the female pays for another date. That way you take away the whole entitlement.
Right. Well, and then the roles can be reversed because there are some women that have their stuff together, that are CEOs, that run businesses, and probably have more money and assets than I do, and they can look at me as a liability. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on I guess it depends on the woman. Do you want a woman who's coming out the projects to support to approach you, or do you want a woman who has a bachelor's degree in business to support you? And then, like you said about the paying for the meals, and Damon, I'm on the other end of the spectrum because that's just how I was raised, man. I was just raised that the men take. Yeah, and I agree with you. Now in 2024, you should do Dutch, and the woman should pay more. But it'll never happen for me because the way I was raised, the man takes care of everything. You open the doors. If I'm at a table full of 10 women, I pay. There's no way any of them women are going to pay for the meal if you at the table with me, because the man is supposed to do that. Even if I don't even know them women, my job is to pick up the check. And that's just what's instilled in me.
And
I agree with what you
know,
saying.
I don't see nothing wrong with you. I don't see nothing wrong with you having that outlook. Like, I sincerely believe that you have the right to have that outlook. Now, ladies, on the other end of that, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't expect me to do traditional deeds. And that's something that we can actually go into this. Is it time to throw away traditional expectations?
I agree. So. It is. It is.
If I'm not getting no virgin, I'm not getting no virgin. Don't hold me to traditional expectations, even if I was raised on that you don't even hold yourself to. You're not even traditional. You know what I'm saying? Because if you was traditional, guess what? I'll be the first and the only dude getting that wop. But I ain't. So I think, just like with I was watching this, and this was funny. There was a collage of women that were down on one knee proposing to men. And there were women and men that were like, no, that's a no-go. And I was like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing about marriage is traditional anymore.
Nope.
Even the vows. Because the vows, people hear them vows and then they get divorced. You didn't hear anything. What do you think for better or worse was for? You didn't hear anything that was said in that vow. Because if you did, you wouldn't be applying for a divorce. Am I right or am I wrong?
That's right. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Even courting. When we used to court each other, traditionally, you didn't move in. The woman had her own spot. Most of the time, women stayed home.
That's right. You got the father's permission?
And you had to get the father's permission. That's not even going on anymore.
Nope. Shit, these girls are not virgins anymore. They're coming out the house at 18 with at least 2 or 3 bodies on them. You know what I'm saying? So, I agree with everything that you said. In 2024, the whole marriage, dating needs to be rewritten. It's just, I'm an old dog, and it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to be dating maybe like an older woman to understand my mind frame. But in 2024, young men, hell yeah, man, y'all better, everything they
you know what, I'm the same way. Because let me tell you, like I'm traditionally, I open doors. Like if I see a woman coming and I get there to the door before she do, I hold the door open for her. That's just something that was embedded in me since, the whole yes, ma'am, even if they're my age or younger, it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. It's certain things that tradition-wise I hang on to. Right. But then I just think eventually that stuff it's going to change.
Oh, yeah. It is, and like I say, you used the word that I heard in a long time, courting. You would court a girl, you would go meet the parents, and y'all wouldn't lay in the bed together until you was married. That means that your wife could walk down the aisle in a white dress. I get tired, even on TV shows, seeing these heifers walk down in white dresses, knowing damn well they know what white means. But yes, you know, white is also the cheapest dress too, because white t-shirts, white socks, the color white is the cheapest. That's why you see people wear white most of the time. But white dresses, you know what that means. And now you know 98% of these women don't need to be in no damn white dress. So why are you even wearing it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people don't
It's
understand
really
that.
pure. And they should take white dresses totally out of weddings. If you are not a virgin, you ain't got no business wearing no goddamn white dress.
None
You know
whatsoever. None.
What do it
Absolutely
represent
right.
now? White nut on you? White steaming that have been through you?
Yeah.
Don't even represent the same thing, Scott.
And I know. And so, like, you know, it makes me think about graduations, right? So graduations is not for the child, it's for the parents. Everybody knows that. If y'all don't know that, you know now. When you walk down that aisle, it ain't for you, it's for your mom and dad who put up with your ass for 18 years and they've seen you walk that stage. Because technically, we don't have to go to graduation. We can sit at home, they can mail us the diploma, right? But you go to graduation because it's a ceremony, it's a celebration. Same thing with weddings. I'm not against courthouses, but if you go to a courthouse, then I think something you need to reevaluate, because the wedding is not for the bride and the groom, it's to bring the families together. That's why the mafia had weddings. That's why Jewish people have weddings, because it's not about y'all, because y'all gonna look at each other every damn day. It's about bringing the families together, so that way her cousin ain't gonna be sleeping with your cousin. You know, everybody gets to know each other. So again, I'm not against courthouses, but I'm just thinking if you want to get married, first of all, your wife shouldn't be wearing white if she's not a virgin. And two, have some type of a ceremony. Even if you don't have a wedding, have a reception, something that says that we're going to join these two unions together. Y'all just going down to the courthouse, getting a certificate, paying $80. To me, that marriage is doomed from the get-go. And that's just my opinion.
Right.
Because Damon, what did you have? You had a wedding?
Man, I think this, right? I think the wedding is a waste of money.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell you why I feel like I think this. It's really to show off to other people, but your marriage don't have really nothing to do with them, because after the wedding, it's only gonna be y'all two.
That's right.
That money should be saved. You know, there are people that didn't pay $5, $10, $20,000 for a wedding. True. Instead of putting that on the down payment for a house.
Right.
Or for putting it up for a nest egg. You could go to I am under the impression, and I think that if you're going to have a wedding, get married at the courthouse, okay? Mm-hmm. But then when you have the reception, go rent a big hall. That's where you want to celebrate with your family. The wedding itself, it don't have to be involving them, because the marriage is not going to involve them, is it?
Right. No, you're right. It's not. So you can have a ceremony as a wedding, or you can have a ceremony as a reception, you know. And you're right. Now, here's the thing. If you're spending 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, I know I want to spend $40,000. I'm against that 100%. Nobody should be spending $40,000 on a wedding. Right. I might sometimes be against the courthouse, but I'm really against spending $40,000. That's a down payment on a house. You know what I'm saying? To me, if you can get a wedding and a reception for less than $5,000, then it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Between $5,000 and less. Anything up, then yeah, I agree with you. You should be saving that money for retirement and everything else. Yeah. So no, I'm not advocating that you spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on a wedding. Hell no.
It's the same with a wedding ring. You get these women that say, "Oh, I want this big ass expensive ring." Why? You know, to me, I think it's better if you go ahead and you become unique. Both of y'all get your names tattooed on each other's ring finger.
Right.
Let's make it forever for real. You see what I'm saying? Let's really make it sentimental. Mm-hmm. A tattoo. That way, when you know you get that off, think about it. You can't take that off. You go to the gym. Most people go to business meetings, slide their ring off. But if you had a tattoo, it's there. Let me see your ring finger. Oh, Sophia. Who is Sophia? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, You know, man, but people go and they spend outrageous amount of dollars on a ring. For what? To impress other people.
Yeah,
That's
who
the
don't care?
problem with why people's marriages don't work. They get married to impress and get validation from other people. They're not
Mhm.
there to put in the work. They really don't have a comprehension of the vows. When they hear the vows, it's obvious that they don't understand them because the sickness and health for rich or for poor, you know what I'm saying? And for better or worse, to death do you part. That says everything. That covers all grounds. It
Mhm.
covers cheating. It covers, man, you might get with a dude that was making $80,000, man, and then he had a car accident. His body not the same. Now he can't make that money that he used to, you know? Or what about when you get, what about he have a kid or she have a kid outside the marriage? What then?
I agree. I agree with you saying, Damo.
So I just think, man, that people just, man, they these traditions, old traditions, we need to throw them in the trash. You know, does it, guy? Does it matter if the woman gets on her knees and proposes if the marriage lasts 40, 50 years?
I believe now if a woman gets on her knees and propose, again, I'm trying to figure out what's her intention, right? Because we
Right,
said on other podcasts that women outnumber us, right? And a
right,
lot of women want good men, and a lot of women want to be married. They don't want to be girlfriends forever, right? So if they see a good man and he's taking forever to propose, is it cool for her to go and say, hey, look, this is what I want, so I'm going to propose? So again, it depends on, to me, what is the intent of the girl getting on her knees? Is she sincerely saying, I want to be with you for the rest of my life? Or is she saying, hey, I done found me a good man. I ain't gonna let you go and let some other woman come and get me.
right, right. But
Right.
I gotta commend her though if she's going to go ahead and take the lead and say, you know what, I see a good man here. I've been with him. He's been, and he's taking longer, but maybe I go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and propose. And if she want to go ahead and initiate it, I don't see no problem with it.
Yeah.
I know a
And
lot of people do, but hell, man, like these traditions only exist because man, they benefit. People only believe in tradition when it benefits them.
right.
When
But
it
it's
benefits
everything, yeah.
them, that's the only reason. That's the only time. You know what I'm saying? They hold other people's feet to the fire. But if you
Right.
ask them, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, are they traditional and you test them, you'll find out that they're not.
Right.
Nothing's about them. You know what I'm saying? It's tradition. They don't do anything like a great, great, great grandmothers did.
No,
None.
nobody does, do it. No, no. Right, right.
So why are we holding on to them same traditions anyway? For what?
A lot of conservatives. That's a good question. You have to ask a conservative on that. Somebody said I need in on this conversation. Yeah, well, let us
Yeah,
know
yeah.
which way do you fall? Is it okay for women to propose to men, or are you conservative and a man should propose to a woman? In 2024, the book is out the door for me. I know things are going to change, so I don't hold people to my ideologies. I don't. If you 24 years old in this world, you was born in 2000, you don't know nothing about what it is to be living in the 70s and 80s. So what difference does it make? This is your time. This is your generation. And if y'all are cool with women paying for dates, if y'all are cool with women proposing, if y'all are cool with living with a woman, having the woman make more money, having the woman be CEO, because there's still some guys in this world that don't like taking orders from a woman. I used to work with some of them.
Right.
They just don't do it. So if times have changed to that, then kudos.
I couldn't agree more. You
Yeah.
know,
You
to
know.
me, I think whatever works, whatever you feel you deem works for you, fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a soldier on either side, you know.
Yeah.
But for the dudes that, because a lot of us are moving away from, those old traditions, expecting women to pay half and expecting, because that's what equality is. Once equality came into effect, the whole chivalry and all that stuff went out the window.
Damn, are you reading this? He says to tell
Yeah.
you that. Yeah, you know who this is.
Yeah, yep, I know who this is, and I couldn't agree. And and Naj, they're probably still together now, aren't they?
Yeah, he said his mother proposed to his father. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, and women, man, if you own a house, you're not going to wait for the buyer to come to you to sell you the house. You go to the buyer. Say I'm interested in it.
That's right. And that's
you
right.
want a car. You see a car you want. You're going to wait around salesman to finally approach you, knowing that there's other people betting for the same car? Or are you going to be aggressive and say, I need this car. I want this car. I'm interested. There's nothing wrong with, why do women feel like when it comes to that, it's a problem with taking the reins? Y'all have no issue being a leader and I'm the leader of this house and anything. But when it comes to certain things that you think that guys are supposed to do, now all of a sudden it's an issue. Why is that?
He said now they actually got a divorce in the end, but they were together for the longest of times. Yeah. But we unfortunately, Naj, man, we can't let a third person on this panel because then it would throw like we have so many issues in past times when we had 3 people on. So I think what we are going to do though, going forward, is I'm going to get a phone and have it where you guys can call and actually talk on this conversation. So Naj, thank you for getting me to thinking about that. Yeah, that's dope. So what's our next one?
So my next one is, let's go ahead and skate all the way back here. There was this woman that says men who make $50,000 a year or less shouldn't date. So I want to play this video,
okay,
right? And I was like, here we go.
So let's keep it real. For the average person who is making $50,000, that's a good person. What does dating look like for them?
So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
Ooh.
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Wow. You do know this is the internet, right? You do know that these potential.
So that's what she said. Y'all heard it. She said, man, what do you think about that one?
I agree 100%. Actually, I think it's not money is a variable, but it ain't the only factor, because you can make $1 million a year and still ain't ready to date. If you're not ready to be with somebody like that, right? Because when you get with somebody, again, it's 2 corporations merging. Their assets become your assets, but their debts become your debt. So whether you make $50,000 a year or $1 million a year, if her credit is effed up, if she has never met a dollar she can't spend, if she can't grow financially and physically and mentally with you, then it's like the old folks used to say, the old ball and chain. That's what she is. So I can agree if that's just the narrative, the money, then yeah, if you're making $50,000 in 2024, if you're making $50,000 a year, don't even worry about it, bro. Go get you some porn and handle your business, because the houses and mortgages is going for $2,000 a month now. If you're making $50,000 and let's say you're a single person, so that 50 there is cut in half, 25 for the child, 25 for you. Don't even think about going out on dates. So I agree 100% on what she's saying if the narrative is money. But I just want to add just a little bit more. Even if you're making more than $50,000 a year, if you're not mentally and emotionally ready to carry somebody else's baggage, because you might date a girl who just came out of an effed up home. Her mammy messed up, her pappy messed up, her brother effed up. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not really to take care of that emotionally, it will drain your bank account. People don't understand that. Emotional stress will drain your bank account too. Physical stress will drain your bank account. You're going to wonder where all this money is going, is because you have so much stress that the only way you feel like to get out of it is to go shopping, to go buy things. Then you buy stuff you don't need, buying things that you never thought about because you have so much other stress in your household. So yes, if we were talking about just about money, I agree with her 100% in 2024. But if you make more than $50,000 a year, that doesn't mean that you're still ready to date neither.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to tell you this. Well, her mindset, right? I wouldn't want to date them. If I made $200,000, she wouldn't be worth me dating. And I'm going to tell you why she wouldn't be worth me dating. Because if I was ever to lose it all, losing it all would include losing her. No woman like that is going to stick with you if you ever go through hard times.
Right.
See, a woman that's willing to build with you, they're not looking at what you're making or what they're making. They're looking at the whole totality of what we're making. Their language is different. We, us. It ain't no you and I. See, a lot of these, and that's the problem with the dating right now. A lot of these women get married or get into relationships to get divorced.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a come up.
It's a lottery ticket. Think about the divorce rate. People love to talk about tradition when it comes to marriage, and they like to use the Bible. All right, so if y'all believe what y'all believe, then why is the divorce rate so high? I'll wait.
A lot of these people, go ahead.
I'll wait. If the kids were more important, why is it that I don't see y'all talk about, well, you know what? The kids aren't happy. So I think we need to go our separate ways. I'll wait. A lot of y'all put your happiness in front of the kids. What's important for the kids?
Oh, it's crazy. How does that work? And again, y'all not going to agree with me because I'm so old school, right? So when I had my children, they told me, they got realized these are blunt black women. Your life is over. It's not about you no more. It's about these kids now. So whatever you wanted to do, you love to go skating, cancel that. You love to go to the movies, cancel that. You love to buy FUBU, cancel that. You know what I'm saying? And then you see these people have kids and they still living like they don't have kids. But that's just me.
They married to their kids. What it is like a lot of, they turn their kids into their spouse.
How do you do that?
That's really what it is. They turn their kids, they dress their kids the way that they would want to see their man dressed. You know, they get in bed with they let their kids get in their bed with them.
Oh, how does that even work? And you're right. I've seen crackheads stay together too. Actually,
yes.
I had a friend, him and his girl.
The brokest people stay together.
Loved each other so much. They slept in a car together. Like she could have went home to her mama. He could have went home to his daddy. But since they couldn't stay together, they slept in the car together. Do you hear me?
Man, think about how deep that is. And then you got women that say, I'm not paying half, so you're going to pay the whole 100%. You rather pay your rent $1,500. You rather pay $1,500 than $750. That's smart. Damn, that's intelligent. You right, man. It ain't even about the financial part of it. What about health? What about being able to say, hey, baby, I'm under a little stress. I just want to go out for a drink by myself, or I just want to hang back in the back and just, sip some wine. Could you watch the kids just for an hour or two? What about stuff like that?
Correct.
50-50 ain't even just monetary. It's also the other stuff that a person, the other pressures that a person could take off of you. People won't even do that though. They're so self-centered. And I'll tell you why. I learned why. Because, and this is why I hate our government. Because they Captain Save-A-Hoes. Our government is Captain Save-A-Hoe. Most of these chicks that's talk about, I'm not paying 50-50. The government pay for your shit. You don't pay 50-50 anyway. Them EBT, you didn't pay any your money went toward groceries. That was the government paying for your groceries. When they pay for your rent $110. This whole man and this woman over here got to pay full price in the same apartment complex because they together. So they rent $600. Yours, because you're a single mom, is $110. You're not paying 50-50. What are we talking about? So most of them talk about that 50-50, don't pay anything. And if they do, it's definitely not 50%.
No.
Did they pay 50% of the bills? When they had that baby, did they pay 50% of the hospital bills? A majority. I ain't talking about, there's always exceptions to the rules. Yeah. But I'm talking about by great majority. Are they paying the hospital bill? Nope.
No. TennCare is paying for that, which is coming out of your tax money. So EBT is coming out of your tax money. Those WIC vouchers are coming out of your tax money. Those vouchers to be subsidized for Section 8 or get a stipend, what the old folks call back in the day, a stipend to help you out with your electricity and your rent, that's coming out of your tax money. So when you go to work for $10, $12 an hour and you see that taxes coming out of your check and that girl is in the projects with 3-4 kids with no rent, no lights, no water, and then she got a baby daddy that's selling drugs, and they just on Wednesdays everybody go out to Old Charlie's, but you in this warehouse sweating. That was what divided black people in my neighborhood. It wasn't race. It wasn't white versus black. It was black people who work versus lazy black people who lived off the government. But that's a whole different subject, James. We ain't on that. But I'm with you. I'm with you, man. It don't matter the money. Do you have the capability of taking a woman, whether she has money or not, and adding her to your life?
And vice versa. Because I'm sorry, man. You laying on your back giving me some cooch that everybody else done had, right? Mm-hmm. You giving up some cooch that everybody is not of value to me. And you know, and that's the problem. I don't think a lot of females are hearing what men are talking about. You're asking me to pay full price for something that somebody else got just because you were interested in it. Because they was tall or they was handsome to you. And now they done screwed you over. And then you talk about, well, I learned my lesson. You didn't learn the lesson from the women before you? The women before you didn't teach you the lesson? Mm-hmm. I thought you were supposed to be smart.
Hey, Nas, you're right. Hood versus projects versus suburbs. He is absolutely correct. And that's not hood versus projects versus suburbs is not where you live. It's up here. It's a mindset. Are you a hood dude, you a project dude, or you a suburb dude? What are you up here? And then what type of woman are you looking for? Are you looking for a hood chick, a project chick, or a suburb chick? Yeah. Thank you for putting that up there.
Yeah. But sometimes they are the same. See, our culture has mixed them all up. You know, you got these chicks that, like, if I'm black, just because I grew up in a white neighborhood, I ain't got it. I ain't got to talk like that. I can just be myself. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be things in my culture that I love. There's going to be things in their culture that I love. And I can include them both, you know what I'm saying, and just be me. Right. But just because you live in one neighborhood or with one culture or another, don't mean you have to adapt to that culture. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to be ignorant. I'm not saying you got to go out and be ignorant, but you can be black and intellectual and still, you know, still accept and abide by things of your culture. Same way if you white. I don't get when I see white girls and be like, girl, and doing all that, and then neck, you know, rolling their neck. And it's like, well, you could do all that, but one thing you can't do is just go get an ass. Not naturally. You can't get an ass naturally.
And there's a lot of good people in the projects. A lot of good people in the projects. It's just the culture. When you get into the projects, they teach you how to get on EBT, how to get the vouchers, how to scam the government, how to go do this. It's like a whole different economy in the projects, because then you learn not how to go get it the right and hard way. You always learn how to scam and scheme. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what I didn't like about the hood and the projects, because that economy, and you fall trapped to it because it's an easy way of living. But I didn't like that. But it was really a lot of good people in the projects.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right,
Yeah.
man.
So the end of that topic, man, it don't matter the money. I agree with her 100% if we just talking about money. But I don't care how much money, man. Because think about all these people in Hollywood. Man, Mel Gibson, did you see about him 4 or 5 years ago when he divorced his wife? They recorded a phone call of him. And I mean, he was yelling at this woman. I spent $5 million on you. I've lost everything. Da, da, da. I don't know if you remember that or not. It's on online if y'all need to go look it up. It was like 5 or 6 years ago when Mel Gibson was going through divorce. And
If
she
he
was a
was
pretty
smart,
young woman too. He didn't spend all his money. He spent over $5 million just on her, not the divorce, not the house, just on her. And I'm just thinking, well, damn, I'm like you, Damon, what did she bring to the table to get $5 million?
because you know he wasn't the first person to hit that. Think about Dre's wife. Think about Dre's wife or Tiger Woods' wife.
Yeah.
You know, $500 million. And other dudes got that without having to pay the same price.
Man.
So then it asks the question of, well, then now you can see why not many dudes are wanting to be married.
Yeah.
A lot of women was like, don't you want
passport
kids?
Bros?
Huh?
What you call them passport bros? See, those are the ones that's trying to go into these countries. They ain't trying to go into the countries where they selling off their daughters at 15, 16. But they are trying to go into these countries where these women are 21, 22, 23, and they're still virgins. Because in some parts of the world that are so conservative that these women know better than to lay with anybody that's not their husband. They know better. And if you're the type of person who lives that, then I will become a passport bro, go overseas, find me a wife that has never been touched, and marry her and live that type of life. But in America, and I hate to say this because there's never nothing funny about this, if these girls ain't having sex at 16, they've probably been raped by the time they're 16. I mean, so many women that I've met, whether I know them personally or they on TV or you listen to behind their scenes, they've all been raped. I'm like, well, shit. How does all these women get raped? Like, I don't think I've ever met a woman who ain't been raped. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I tell you what, Sky, I'm gonna be an inventor. I'm gonna be the first inventor with some steel thongs on that got a padlock on it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get to that coochie unless she give you the key. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have the first padlock panties. We're gonna patent that. Padlock panties. You know what I'm saying? That way you ain't gotta worry about you getting raped. Now, my thing is this, man. I couldn't even put myself in position unless, you know, because it can happen. Dudes can get raped too, right?
Yep, that's true.
But I ain't gonna put myself in an environment for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. Ladies, no, I ain't gonna even get into that because that's going down a wormhole and whatnot.
Chastity belts,
chastity belts. You're right. With some damn locks on. You know? But the thing is that now they got all these products on the shelf that it shouldn't make an excuse. I mean, STDs, that's unavoidable. But man, when you talk about, man, you know, you got multiple kids with multiple dudes, I'm raped, and it's the morning after pill and all these other pills. Come on, man. I could see that stuff 30, 40 years ago and beyond. But come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Go douche right away. Douche, take the morning after pill, do what you got to do to make sure, you know, if that's the case. But I'm just wondering why y'all in places by yourself in situations where that can happen. Why ain't y'all got weapons on y'all?
Mace.
Nobody should be able to break in your house. If you live by yourself, get you 2 damn dogs. If the apartment complex don't allow dogs, move somewhere to do. You know what I'm saying? But damn, I didn't even understand this shit in the 80s when I'm be watching crime TV and I see somebody that climbed up in somebody's patio and slid the window open. I'm like, where's some 2 damn German Shepherds at? Where that damn rock roller that's supposed to be on his ankle? You know what I'm saying? Where the trained dogs at?
Oh yeah, I'm with you. Well, I mean, why women ain't carrying mace? They got the little
Yeah.
small thing of mace that you can hook to your keychain. But when I was at
Taser.
MTSU, at the back of the paper, they always had the crime section on the back of the MTSU paper, right? And the girls that had been raped were the ones that was on what you call it, sorority, fraternity, that row, whatever, alumni row. And these were the girls that had been drinking all night, half naked, and then they woke up the next day on the floor talking about I've been raped. Well, first of all, you put yourself in that situation. Why the shit are you out with a bunch of boys drinking stuff that you don't know what they're putting in your drinks, or you getting so belligerent you don't know who done got on top of you? So some rapes, you put yourself in that situation. You took your ass home and studied, you'd have been all right. But I'm with you. The rapes where motherfuckers trying to break into your house, or you walking down the street and you see two, you should be able to protect yourself. You know, in 2024, if I had a young daughter, you not watching video games, you not playing with dolls. Every summer when you get out of school, we go to a self-defense class. I am an advocate of when your daughter gets 12, 13, she needs to be in a self-defense class. Do you hear me? She can do track sports in school, but over the summer, she better be in some type of self-defense class till she turns 18.
Even younger than that. You know what I'm saying? And there needs just like
dog.
just like, man, there are, like, I'll give you an example, right? Just like there's a conversation to be had when fathers are talking to sons about how to interact with the police.
Right.
I think there should be the same thing with fathers talking to daughters about how to interact, you know what I'm saying, and carry themselves when they are by themselves. Right. Like, first and foremost, if you're walking, you should be able to know if somebody walking behind you. Your attention should not be so diverted where you don't know what's going on around your surroundings, first and foremost. Second of all, if you are out late, you know you should have 2 or 3 other people with you, and one of them should be a dude. So all this talk of I don't need a man, but obviously y'all do need a man. You know what I'm saying? Because a man there will at least help you not be raped. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that I just think that females need to do in the way they need to move. The same way with us when we dealing with cops. You won't see me arguing with no police. This dude got a gun. This dude got a billy club. This dude got a canine. This dude got a shotgun. This dude got a taser. This dude got mace, pepper spray. Why am I going to challenge this dude? In an arena that I know I can't win.
That's absolutely correct. That's right.
So I'm going to prepare myself. I'm going to have a dash cam. I'm going to have my phone camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have all my information laid out. So when he approach, you know what I'm saying? License and registration right there, sir. Hand on the steering wheel. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hand in the steering wheel. Matter of fact, where you want me? Put him outside? Oh, sir, I want to let you know I got a dash cam right here on you. And I got a phone on you also. You're under video recordings. Oh, my lawyer is on the phone. I got my lawyer on the phone. Could you talk to my lawyer and what this is in regards to?
Right.
So just like we got to be taught how to deal with cops, they got to be taught how to deal with themselves when they're by themselves.
That's right.
Be alert. Be aware of your surroundings.
Be aware of your surroundings. That's right.
So this lady right here, in her whole, a man shouldn't date if he's making $50,000 a year or less. Well, what about your protection? I'm asking a lot of y'all. What about y'all protection?
Mm-hmm.
When y'all in that house by yourself, who is y'all protection? They already trying to get rid of the police. So what happened when they do get rid of the police and then you got 3 or 4 men jumping in your house, in your window? What's your protection then? You don't need a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So men serve purposes other than finances.
That's right.
Much more.
Much more.
That's a big ass spider. Who gonna kill that big ass spider in your shop? Oh, it's 2 or 3 of them. Now, how you gonna handle that?
Right.
You don't need a man though. Are you gonna kill it? All right.
Yep. I agree 100%. You're right about that. Again, if the narrative is just about money, I agree. But like me and you were saying, it's more to that pie than just that slice, just the money.
It sure is.
Yeah.
So is, ladies. Y'all better be thinking about this other stuff going on. It ain't just
Mm-hmm.
about the money. It's about somebody that's able to fix stuff when you're not around. You know, or things that you can't fix. Who gonna change your oil? Who changing your oil? You want to go and go pay for that almost $100? You need air in the tire. Your tire has got flat in the middle of the road. So you rather pay AAA 50, 60 every month than have a guy in the house that's able to do that?
That's what feminists are saying.
So don't let these females don't listen to him. Because man, he talking about if he ain't making this much, they by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They by themselves. Because they think, a lot of them think they can get a man to make more money. But the man is looking and judging you too. The same way y'all judge me and we judge y'all. Damn, man, she 5'2", 300 pounds. Yikes. These dudes telling y'all that they got fetish and that's cool. Oh, it's a man that'll take that on. Ask them, are they married to a woman like that?
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it on these trends online, all these short stories. Yeah, I love a woman with, fat right here and built like this. Are they married to him? Ask them. Find out if they married to him. Because having a sexual preference is one thing. Having something that you're ready to invest in for the rest of your life, totally different.
I'm with you. I don't care how good the sex is. If they are a liability, I might, tag you in every now and then like a wrestling match, but we ain't tagging forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We ain't tagging forever. I'm sorry. No, you're right about that.
I heard this thing, right? Because I know we about to move on. Mm-hmm. Where it says women vet men for what they can provide. Men vet women for what they can take away. That means she take away drama and stress in his life.
Mm-hmm.
She's taking away things that, to bring him peace.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're looking for. She don't nag him. She actually communicate with him, you know what I'm saying, and allow him to lead and just add a little bit, you know what, baby, I agree with this and this and that, but what if we approached it like this? So he's allowing her and he's listening to her input, but now she's playing like an assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's what men are vetting, assistant coaches. Mm-hmm. They run everything, but they put the coach here and there to run this.
That's absolutely true.
Men, right. Coaches don't look for other coaches, The man in sports, it is men run it just like in sports. Everybody plays a role in the household. The household is the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The coach is at fault. If things fall apart, it all falls on who? The main coach. The head coach. Right? Now, the assistant, if they ain't doing their job, then that's clear. They end up getting pushed out and fired. But everything falls on the coach.
Right.
And so men are looking for assistant coaches. Women are looking for coaches. They're looking to see what the man, they're the owner. They're saying what the man what can he provide for them.
I agree. I never looked at it like that, but I agree.
And so I know we moving on, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard this story, but do y'all know who Kel is?
Yep.
Kel played on say that again.
Keenan and Kel.
Yep. Keenan and Kel. That Kel. Good Burgers. I'm a dude. She's a dude. He's a dude. We are dudes. That brother. Well, man, he was married. I didn't know he was married, but this is messed up. for your marriage to come out like this.
Yes, God can be the owner of the team. Amen.
Yes, you got that right. God is the owner of the team. You got that right.
Right.
Well, Kale was married to his wife, who got pregnant 3 times by 3 different men. And Kale stayed and worked that shit out. Well, you know it didn't work out in the end because they ended up divorced, but he tried.
He tried.
So that's what you can get in marriage. You know what I'm saying? Relationships, marriage, you know what I'm saying? Them other dudes, and she aborted. I know at least one of them. I don't know about the other ones, but I know she had one abortion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they got the bust up in them walls. They got the same thing he got. The only thing is he's financially tied to her. They not.
So she aborted one and she kept the other
I
ones?
don't know. She may have kept the other ones. But it's just the whole principle. Even if she aborted all of them. Damn, if you gonna cheat, right? Man, you couldn't make that man put on a condom. You didn't have the morning after pill, nothing. So you're just not afraid of STDs at all. You just don't care if green pus coming out your poo-poo at all, huh? You know what I'm saying? You don't care if that thing bump up at all. You know? It ain't even about the prenup, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I can understand. That man had to go through all that to get with that woman. And then she like, ooh, man, the gardener look good. Kale ain't here. Come here, you want some water? And she gave him her water. She ain't give him water out the refrigerator. She wet him up. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
Oh shit. Prenup. You absolutely right. I agree with the prenup. You know, they go the way the way you be saying things, man, it just makes you not even want to just be with women at all. If any of these things can happen, because women like me and they have free will, I just suggest everybody just date and never get married. I mean, you got about your woman sleeping with the damn water boy and the gardener, and
man, you see out there watching him sweat, and he got hair cut off shirt, man. His arms all out, he muscled up. Shit, you know, your shit flabby and shit. And you at work and everything, and she like, well, hell, look at this man, right? Look at Rico. You know what I'm saying? And she out there talking about, here, I got some water. She giving them that other water. You know, laying out plastic sheets and stuff. Sure.
See, that's what.
That messed up. You want a bologna sandwich? You know what I'm saying? He like, I would love some bologna. She pull up her dress and they ain't got no drawers on. Hear that bologna? Man.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If they keep listening to this podcast, we're gonna have a lot of single men, bro. I tell you,
man.
Shit, you make people think about shit that I don't think they ever thought about. You know what I'm saying? So like, well, shit, do I need to be married or do I need to date? But I don't know. To me, cheating, adultery, if you're married, it's the biggest sin of all, right? You gotta go. To me, that's divorce. I don't care if you got pregnant or not. I don't care if he used a condom or not. If you cheating and we're just dating or something, I might let it slide, might not, because we just dating. But marriage and you're cheating, you gotta go. You know, that's just my thing. Him staying with that girl, I don't know if he was scared that he was gonna lose a lot of his money, but you're gonna lose a lot of your money because whoever got her pregnant, they gone. So then she's bringing a baby back that's not even yours, that you probably have to take care of because you're married to the woman, and now you going to be the guardian of this child because whoever she cheated on is gone. She ain't got his social security number. She probably don't know the man's name like that. But since you're married to her, that child is now a part of that family and marriage. So if you divorce, that's child support. You might have to pay for a child that's biologically not yours.
Not yours.
But since you're the husband, you are the guardian of the whole household. So that's what I'm saying. Cheating, you got to go.
I just don't even know how he could just lay there, you know what I'm saying, and think about how the nut ended. You know, did he lift the leg up and, you know, I mean, what actually happened? I know he got to be sitting there thinking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? That he give her the windshield wiper treatment, just take it, and do this on the face, with it. It's some stuff. And he paying all the groceries and stuff. I know he putting away them groceries. Mad as hell. That damn bitch. You know what I'm saying? He pissed putting away them groceries. And she like.
But we've all been there, right? We've all probably dated girls who we know were out there. But they weren't our wives, though. But they weren't our wives.
Hold on, Naj. This the thing. We don't even know. A lot of dudes, y'all don't even know. It's harder. It's easier for a woman to cheat than it is for a man to cheat. Mm-hmm. We gotta unbuckle our pants, take them down a certain length. You know what I'm saying? Pull our boxers down and then go in. They don't even have to do none of that. All they gotta do is just walk around with a sundress and no drawers on, lift their dress up, he go inside. Ugh. All right, see you later on. You don't even know. She sprayed that woman cooch deodorant on. You ain't knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not what a woman. I tell dudes this all the time. You're not with that woman all 24/7. Don't act like she faithful. I feel like she faithful. She haven't done anything. You don't know. You ain't with her the whole time. You don't know what kind of maybe work husband she got. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who she done bumped into when she done went to the store or when she done went somewhere. We don't know. So saying we won't accept it is one thing, but then having to accept it unknowingly is a whole nother act.
That's true. So that's where the trust part comes in.
Yeah.
So once I find out you cheated, then you've broken the trust. So it's not you so silly. So to me, it's not about the penetration or wondering if she got nut all on her face. It's the trust part. I don't care how he could have stuck his fist up her butt. I don't care. The trust has been broken.
Man, that trust ain't even been there with me. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Man, because Sky, this is going to make sense to you because you're a real smart brother, right?
Right.
Trust is an illusion. And here's what I mean by trust.
Yeah.
Trust, the only person you should trust is in God. Because trust means blind faith, right? Mm-hmm. That's all it means, to have blind faith in something.
That's right.
So, do you think we got blind faith in any women?
Not most people.
Would you trust her to go to a hotel party full of men and they say, hey, this is just a lingerie party and she's like a sister to us, so she's invited, but she's going to be the only woman there. Do you trust for her to do the right thing?
You hope she do. You don't really trust.
Yeah, you hope it. But who really hoping like that?
You hope.
And that's like, would you let a stranger borrow your car and hope they bring it back?
Correct. No, they're probably going to bring it back. And if they do, probably effed up.
Just like if we send her to that party, she going to come back with dick prints on her. You know what I'm saying? So there's really no trust. There's either you're loyal or you're not. And loyalty have to be proven. And it's proven until it's broken. Then once it's broken, then we know it didn't exist.
Right. That's absolutely right.
I don't trust no woman to go to no party full of men in negligee and lingerie and just, Victoria's Secrets. Where are we doing that at? Talking about I trust you, baby, to do the right thing. I hope you're going to do the right thing. Bullshit.
Yeah, to me, because even if you didn't cheat, let's just say you've lied 10 times, the trust is broken. Let's say if you've stolen from me, the trust is broken. So I guess to me, I add cheating, lying, and stealing all in the same trust bucket or loyalty bucket. So yeah, so I don't think with my mind, I'm not going to be sitting here like, damn, did he eat her out first before he did, or did he do? I'm not thinking about the actual act. I'm thinking about, damn, she done broke my trust. So we can't. I don't even want you around. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would look at it.
I'm thinking about that moment when you came in the house and I was like, hey, baby. Because that's what the majority of couples do when they first enter the house. So I'm thinking about it because I'm like, damn, did you swallow that nut? Did you know what I'm saying? Because even if you brushed and whatnot, bitch, you just kissed me with nutty lips. You know what I'm saying? They almost like, I suck this man's dick too. You know what I'm saying? It's really fucked up when you really break it down. People don't be thinking about stuff like that, but I do. You know, I do. Like, damn.
And that's what I'm saying, Davo. And they're listening to this podcast, and you have these men now thinking the way you doing, you're going to have a lot of people divorcing or leaving relationships because they're going to be like, I never thought about that. So, Linda, when you said that you was going out yesterday and you was gone for 3-4 hours, I was watching this podcast. What was you really doing? You see what I'm saying? Like, when you start planting the seeds, they're starting to grow. So you really get a lot of hate on this damn program.
And people say, "Oh, you insecure."
In these guys' heads.
And people always, I love this one. Oh, y'all insecure. Hell yeah. You can be, it's nothing wrong with being insecure. The problem is when you act on that insecurity. You're allowed to be insecure. But then when you go asking where you been and where you going, and you acting out that insecurity, now it's time for you to go get therapy.
Right.
But you a fool if you don't question things. Then that's on you if you get screwed over because you didn't question it.
Right.
You had your intuition. Your intuition was telling you, giving you the alarms, something's wrong here. Something's wrong. And if you didn't listen to that, because we all have been there, where our intuition was telling us the truth and we didn't listen to our intuition.
That's true.
You know?
And you're right. And there's a lot of times I didn't listen to my intuition. But I do it because I have other things on my mind.
Right.
So that's why like I don't have time because to me, even if I think she's cheating or I think something's wrong, for me to sit here and dwell on it, is that really productive? When I could be doing something else? Because if she did it, I can't change it, right? I can't change what she's done, whether I know it's true or not. So I still got to be productive. And I think that's the part that kills folk. It's like when somebody's parent has died and I can't go on life without them. Well, you better learn because they in the ground, you still got to live. Well, same thing about your spouse. If they've cheated or done something, you have to learn how to live and move on without them. And it's a lot of people that don't know how, and that's probably what Kale is like. You know, some people are so used to seeing the same woman every day doing the same routine yes, she cheated, but I don't want to break up this routine.
I don't have, you know what? And here's the thing, right? Because it's kind of what Nia Long, you know, man, the former, which is now the Houston Rockets coach, where she left him, right?
Right.
So she left him to find what? Another dude that's going to do the same thing?
Pretty much.
I mean, you can leave the person you with, you know what I'm saying, and start anew. But if it happened again, which a lot of people it do happen to, then maybe it's you. Maybe it's not them. People, I think, to some degree, men or women, need them balls go for men too, for better or worse, right? Try to work some shit out. You never know how it may go. Don't let your ego lead you out of a situation that could have been corrected for a situation that's going to be the same exact situation.
So are you saying there's people on this earth that no matter who they date, they always going to get cheated on?
People already.
You know.
Man, people to me personally, I think people concern themselves way too much with it. I got a ground rule. My ground rule is don't bring me back no kids that ain't mine, and don't bring me no STD. I don't have time to worry about what you're doing when you're not around. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about who calling your phone. I'm not going to worry about who potentially clapped your cheeks. Right. If you want to go in and let a man who haven't invested anything into you other than his penis to clap your cheeks for free, and you got a man that's helping you, you a dumb broad. That's this all didn't come down to it. You just
absolutely.
You are it.
Absolutely.
So I don't worry about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And why when say and I move on, and then the next woman here, man, it ain't like I'm getting her a new. She been used. She done swallowed a lot of come from other places. She done had dudes squirt that on her back, stomach, breast, and thigh and everything else. She been a cum rag, right? So why am I? Oh, well, I'm just starting anew. Just because you buy a used car don't make the used car new. It's new to you, but it's not a new car. It's still used.
True. I don't get it. I mean, and there are just some girls out here that don't care. They let these guys use them, sleep with them, abuse them, and then when they need their help, they know where to be found. So whether it's marriage or dating or just having sex, I never understood that whatsoever. I just don't.
Dude, I know dudes will be like, I won't do this. Look, I look at it like this. And ladies, I'm about to give y'all some real game. Y'all can take it, y'all can leave it. It don't matter. You go ahead and things ain't working out between you and your dude. Okay? You go ahead. Now, your dude, he working hard. He doing his absolute best. It may not be up to your standard. Maybe your ego won't allow you to work it out. Right? You might be feeling yourself and you letting these dudes that's in your circle compliment you and feed that ego to where you want to leave your man. Fine. What happens when you go ahead and you fooling around with that man, then all of a sudden, breast cancer hits you. Now you sick. And that man that you left your man for no longer want to be with you because now you sick. Well, what then? The man that you done left your man for, is he going to be there when your hair falling out? When things go really bad for you? You get ovary cancer? Is he going to you lose 2 or 3 of his kids? Is he going to stay around?
Life is hard, brother. What's up, Cherie?
Well, it's consequences. You can move how you want to move. Just understand, ladies, men, there are consequences. As long as you understand them consequences, it is what it is.
I don't put 100% of my trust in when it comes to dating and no female. God gave them free will, right? So she could be loyal to you for 10 years, and then 10 years and one day she cheats. So, I mean, that to me, I'm like you. And a lot of guys like, man, I don't want to look stupid, man. I can't. Yeah. I'm like you, shit. If I don't know, I don't know. But once I find out, it's over. So
I ain't even gonna say it's over if I find out. I'm gonna say this. It gotta be something there to prove that it's worth working out. Right? You know, and I get it. You know, I get why guys think traditionally, so I understand. But guys, we think traditionally only in certain circumstances. If we was traditional, we wouldn't be moving in with women. We wouldn't be going ahead and sleeping with them pre-marriage. So we only want to be traditional when it benefits us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we got to sometimes take tradition out. This is a business. The question is this business worth breaking up over one or a couple bad days? Is it worth it? Can it be said?
For me, cheating is the ultimate deception. So yes, lying, I might let a couple of lies go.
Right.
Stealing from me, like, I mean, because what is stealing? So if you put $1,000 on the table and your girlfriend or wife takes it and steals it or spends it on it, do you break her with her or do you just stay mad at her? But cheating, no, that's the ultimate. No, you gotta go. Sorry, in my opinion, that's just my opinion.
Right, and I don't think a dude that think either way is right or wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe it's to what's their wrong. Right. I like to play devil's advocate to let men think that we be concerned with shit and women too. And it's like most of us are whores. I'm just going to put that out there, man. We are, for the most part, are whores. We are horny whores. The person that got us, they getting a used car with like 200,000 miles on it. The gasoline go inside the radio. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no glove compartment box. The back seat's missing, and we running with our feet to move the car. You know what I'm saying? We in the damn hoopty, basically. We ain't getting shit brand new. You know, and I think we like to think, and it's really an ego thing. That's really what it is. It's an ego thing. But rather, a man licked on the woman I'm with while I was with that woman, or before I was with that woman, he still licked on that damn woman. God damn it, I'm still mad. you know, because I know he thinking of her in a sexual manner. What man won't be? You walk up in there with her, it may have been about 10 years ago that he did that to her. You don't think he gonna be thinking about that? Like, ooh, man, I remember how good that puss was. Woo! Man, the way she took that, and she took the head and went, and it popped out. You know, he's thinking about that shit. You know?
Yeah.
I know, Nas. I know, man.
But it's traditional.
I know dudes gonna be thinking about that shit. But as men, you know, we came across an ex that we knocked off, and we said, damn, man, I remember how that booty was this. You know, the ass may not even be shaped the same. But we know that we was like, oh my God, the way I pulled her hair and that frontal slid back a little bit, we thinking about all that shit, man. So rather, man, the dude and got her while we with her, before we got with her, shit, it's all the goddamn same. You know? Are you like a burger? You had a steak. Are you worried about the cook that just now licked on it and brought it to your table? Or what if a cook licked on it before he cooked it? What's the difference?
That's true. It's a business, regardless of whether it's traditional or conventional. I agree with that statement. Thank you. And you're right, man. But again, the whole thing is, what are you willing to do? And right now, again, a lot of guys didn't think the way that you think, Damo. What I'm saying. A lot of folks ain't thinking like that, man, until you put that seed into their head, because now they don't start questioning their women. A lot of folks is listening are going to start questioning their women now.
You know, and Naj, it's not for me to change a man's mind. It's really, what I say is to get men to think.
Right.
It's almost like if you had an OnlyFans or a female that was a virgin, but she on OnlyFans with 100 videos out there with her coochie and her ass cheeks out, would you let that bygones be bygones? She a virgin though.
Yeah, she's never been penetrated, but everybody has seen it. Good question. She's never been penetrated, but everybody has seen it. So do you want something that people have never seen, but has been penetrated, or something people have all seen, but has not been penetrated? Good question.
The reason why,
for me, I would take that one because in my opinion, I think all vaginas look the same. I think, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen a million of them. I have not seen a million vaginas, but I'm just assuming a vagina is a vagina. And if a million people have seen her on OnlyFans, but nobody has touched her but me, I'll take that. I'll take me being the only one who's touched her versus everybody who's seen what it looks like.
I agree with that. With that said, I'm gonna go back and backtrack. They don't all look the same. Some of them look like burnt apricots. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, I've never seen. I have never seen those. So,
man, I mean, man, some of them look like roast beef. You know what I'm saying? They've been sitting in the sun. You know, like that hot roast beef.
Oh my Lord! So, I'm assuming y'all, before y'all have sex with these women for the first time, look to see what they roast beef or they taco looks like. Man. You know, see what's going on. Oh my Lord!
It's good to see a lot, because you may come across a woman that used to be a man, so you really want to see the variety to know what's real and what's not. You know what I'm saying?
No, my Lord.
And you single, you out here and you a bachelor, you look at many of them as you can, you know, until you got a picture in your head. So then that way, when you see a fake one, you like, oh no, bitch, it looked like some balls settled here once upon a time ago. No, this look like, man. You ever see the ground where trees used to be, but then you can tell the trees used to be there, but now it's just bare? You got to make sure the coochie the same thing. It looked like some balls was here. Nah, man. Nah, man.
Yeah. All of them feel different. I guess if you the type of person that don't look, who just feels, go down there and feel it. Yeah. They all might feel different. I mean, you know, but I'm not gonna sit here and say I've seen thousands and millions.
No, I ain't saying nothing like that.
You know, I don't know.
Oh no, that's too much. Hell,
They're way too much. I'm not a gynecologist now. If I just want to know, I'll talk to a gynecologist and they can tell me the difference or how most of them look. But it is what it is.
Man, let me tell you, I'm at this point, man. Right? And don't quote me on this. I'm gonna tell you. Look, if it got a smell down there, I think you're all right. But if it got an infectious smell, like it's the surgery that just happened, zip up, pull up, zip up, and move out. You know what I'm saying? I got to know when you had your last period.
Well,
I need to see proof of it. This is getting real out here.
I was taught women are like cars. If you lift the hood and the oil stinks, get rid of the car, right? There you go. So remember that, guys. If you lift the hood and the oil stinks, get rid of the car.
Oh man, it's rough, man. Man, for y'all dudes is out here, man. Woo! I feel for y'all. Speaking of, right? Because I know I wanted to go into this.
Mm-hmm.
I got to find, because this was funny as hell, bro. This was funny as shit. And me and Sky talked about this, but
why would I make my mama go get a hotel? Like, do you sound crazy?
All right, hold on. Let's go back.
Bro, she really telling me that I can't have my mama come sleep in this bed.
Yes,
like, why would I make my mama go get a hotel? Like, do you sound crazy, bro?
With letting her sleep on the bed?
What you mean? Why can't she sleep on the bed? Why my mama gotta spend her hard-earned money to come get a hotel when her son got a bed that we don't have to sleep on? We can just hit the couch for a night.
Number one, it's not just your bed. Two, we both pay for this bed. Three, we do different things in this bed.
I don't care.
Okay,
We do everything in this bed. My mama want to sleep in this bed. She can sleep in this bed. Like, what's wrong with that?
To sleep on the couch, though.
But that's your mom. You made your mom sleep on the couch. I'm making my mom sleep on the bed.
But
like,
as a respect,
if you want her to sleep on the bed, she gonna sleep on the bed.
As a respectful towards her, I wasn't gonna be okay with her being on the bed.
No,
just
I'm
like
not
for your mom,
hearing
I don't
that,
feel like
bro.
it's
You
okay
weird,
on her
bro.
bed.
Pack your bag, bro.
So I could go and play that extended, but that's the whole nut in the shell of that conversation.
Right.
But the question is, you come in town, or your mama come in town. You and your old lady, y'all got a 1-bedroom house, and the only bed y'all got in that house is your bed. Then there's the couch and the living room furniture. Are you gonna want your mama to sleep in the bed that you be having sex in, or are you gonna say, "Mama, let me pay for you a hotel room and get you a nice hotel room"? No, not all in the same time. I don't mean all at the same time.
That's what I was thinking too. Now, all three of them.
No, not at the same time. I'm talking about like as a guest, y'all let your mama have a bed, and then y'all take the couch. Would you do that, or would you just say, "Nah, mama, I'm not really, comfortable with you laying your head right here, right?" And me and her, I just clapped them cheeks. She squirted and nutted all on the bed. And though we changed the sheets, we ain't been able to wash the bed yet. You know what I'm saying?
The box spring has a lot of tales to tell, huh? A lot of these videos that we listening to, why these people sound young? Like they sound like 25-year-old people arguing. First of all, that's crazy. So I can just tell you about my experience, right? I'm in a 3-bedroom house. So, of course, when my mama comes, she has beds that I don't sleep in that she can sleep in, right? First of all, I don't know who initiated that. If I'm in a position where my mama can't come see me, I'm not going to even invite her. I'm on Zoom. We'll talk. And then if she's in a situation where it's an emergency, she has to come, then I'm going to put her up in a hotel. But as a man, and this is just me coming out the age, as a man, I at least have to have a 2-bedroom, even if it's just me. Even if it's just me, I at least have to have a 2-bedroom because I don't know when my mama or somebody wants to come and spend.
Or the pull-out couch. Or what you referenced earlier, which I thought was a great idea. Have a pull-out couch.
Have a pull-out couch. But some pull-out couches ain't comfortable. Depending on your mama's situation. Hell, some back could be hurting, scoliosis, what the hell ever. A lot of pull-out couches ain't comfortable. So me, whether I'm single or I'm with a woman, we need a 2 bedroom because you don't know when your mama's coming, my mama's coming. Now, in 2024, can you afford a 2-bedroom? No. But if you can't afford a 2-bedroom, don't be inviting folks over your house. And
Man, you made
now,
me think about some new age shit, man.
but look at if it's an
you made me think
emergency,
about something new.
let's say your mama's house burned down and she need to come live for 4 or 5 months until they build her a new one. We're gonna put you up in a room for 4 or 5. Well, your insurance is gonna put you up in a room for 4 or 5 months. But my mama or her mama or anybody's mama is not for to sleep in the same bed me and her been sleeping in. But as a man, when I moved out of the house, even if I'm by myself for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be in a 2-3 bedroom house.
I don't even want to lay in my
like
mama's bed. Think about it. Think about it. Do you really want to lay in your mama's bed? I mean, we did as kids, and then that kind of should gross you out, knowing that your mama, your daddy, man, busted all them nuts. And yeah, they changed the sheets and shit, but the nut print is still there. You know what I'm saying? And you done got up, mama, I'm scared. And you jumped in the bed with your nasty ass mama. You know what I'm saying? And it make you think about some shit, man. I be thinking about shit getting mad. I be thinking about all the times you kissed me in the morning. Well, mama, last night there was a lot of noise coming from your room. Did you brush your teeth? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about it, man. I know. We don't think about that shit now, but now as an adult, I be thinking about that shit like, mama, you nasty motherfucker.
Yeah. So to me, a lot of it is when we listen to a lot of these videos, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, they just sound young, immature, and that don't even sound like a conversation they had before they even got together. Well, that's your mom. You let her sleep on the couch. First of all, I wouldn't even have my girlfriend's, whoever she's supposed to be, mama, sleeping on no damn couch. But
man,
again,
I would. I put that in front of them sleeping in my bed when me and my old lady been.
Well, again, I would just put them in a hotel. Like, we don't have a 1-bedroom, but I'm gonna put you up in a hotel for the weekend, and we'll just come get you, put you in a close hotel, a nice one, and we'll come get you when we need to do things and all this stuff. But no, that's a no.
So
I'm
devil's advocate,
no.
Devil's advocate, Sky. Devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Your mama come in town, and it's a big event in the city, and all the hotel rooms booked up. Now, the only thing that's left is the little motel rooms, but you know a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? You know what happened, and they don't, them beds is bad.
That's true.
So, your mama got to have somewhere to stay. Couch or your bed?
I would probably go buy a blow-up bed for the lay on before I do that. Because, I mean, that's just...
my guy.
I
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I would go buy one of them nice blow-up beds, one of them queen-size blow-up beds. Be like, hey, you just in an effed up situation, mama. So for a couple of days, you gonna have to lay on this thing. But again, you're playing devil's advocate. You know, it don't always happen that way. But that's why I said if it's an emergency, if you lay in bed, hey, if you lay in bed with your woman and 3 a.m, your mama call and say, hey, I'm at the door because it's an emergency, this did happen. I'm like, hold on, mama. In the morning, you sit right here on the couch. And in the morning, I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to buy one of these big, nice blow-up beds. And that's where you going to lay. You can't sleep in the same bed me and my girl has been in, like you said, doing all type of crazy stuff. Yeah, that's
some Einstein shit for your ass, because I wasn't even thinking about the blow-up bed. My brother said the blow-up bread.
Because at least you know it's fresh.
I wasn't even thinking on that level.
You know it's fresh. You blow that damn blow up queen size. Because they got the queen sizes now. You blow that shit up. It's nice and comfortable. You put the sheets on it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's an emergency, that's what I would do. And if it's a case where, now, here's another devil's advocate. If she's sick and on her deathbed, then yeah, go into the bedroom. Because who cares about you? God about to call you home anyway. So if you sick and
on my bed,
then go and be comfortable. But the things that we're talking about when we play saying devil's advocates, those are like rare instances. I get that. But on a normal day, a man has picked up the phone and say, mama, I want you to come over, spend the weekend. I'm going to take you out. We're going to do this, and this. Make sure you have an extra bedroom. That's it. If you and your spouse can't afford an extra bedroom, don't be inviting people over. Because that's an argument that could have been avoided right there between the two.
My mama can't never tell me, my wife can't My wife can't never tell me my mama can't stay at our house at all.
Well, I don't think
I
she was
don't
trying
know.
to
I
tell.
kind of got mixed emotions.
I just agree with her on the respect factor.
Yeah, the wife come first.
Because you don't. If you, I don't know, Naj, if you're married or not, but if you and your girlfriend went over somebody's house, you wouldn't want to sleep in the same bed that your homeboy and his girlfriend slept
No,
in,
he's
right?
talking about at all. He's
Oh
talking
no,
about.
she wasn't saying at all. She was just saying that bed. The wife wasn't saying at all. She was just saying
Yeah,
you
she
can't put
wasn't
your
saying
mama
at
in that
all.
bed.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I was just saying, if it's an emergency, they're like, hell, she been shot, she's gonna die, she need a place to rest. I like, well, hell, then just give her the bed in hell, you know. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, most times your mom will call and say, hey, 6 months from now, I'm thinking about coming into the city, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, mom, I only got a 1 bedroom, so how do you want to work this out? But to all you men out there, if you're going to go get your own place, if you're going to get with a woman, always have a spare bedroom because you never know when somebody's gonna come pop up. 1 bedrooms are okay if you type that don't have a family like that, but if you have a close knit family, you know, cousins and stuff, have a 2 bedroom. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it.
You know what, Sky? I think we came up with a solution last time. If you're dating, it'd be work out better. This won't even be an issue. Like their situation wouldn't be an issue if they wasn't shacking up, right?
Right.
So if he allowed her to have her own place, he had his own place, right?
Right.
Then it's different. Are we even having this discussion?
No, but again, times have changed from me and you. This is 2024. Nobody can have their own place anymore. If you ain't bought a house before the pandemic, I don't see nobody. When I moved out on my own, Damo, this was in 2013, right? I was in a 2-bedroom apartment, all the terrace, maybe 900 square feet for $450 a month. You're not doing that now. The doorknob will cost you $459 to turn the door. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can live by themselves anymore like that. So you're going to be living with roommates, a wife, a spouse, or something. And these are the things that you need to talk about before you move in together.
Right. I agree. This is the thing. These are the things that you talk about in the getting to know each other stages. This is the courting conversations that you have when you out on the date and you throw scenarios and you start talking about life. Well, how would you handle this? And that's when you get to know a person. Right. But that's the issue. People, that's where that whole, we're no longer traditional. We come from untraditional households and backgrounds where we don't court, we don't get to know the other person.
All right. Okay, how about another scenario, right? How about me and you are roommating? You have a 2 bedroom, you have your own bedroom, I have my own bedroom, and one of our mamas want to come. How does that work? Because then if it's just me and I'm the only person that slept in the bed and I know how clean and stuff I am, and my mama just comes, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep on the couch, mama. You stay in my bed and just don't bother Damo as he coming in and out doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So how would you do that if it wasn't a spouse, if it was just a roommate? You had your own room, I had my own room, and somebody's mama's coming.
I feel like this. If I done brought women to that bed, I don't want my mama in the bed that I done had other women.
That's what I'm saying. We hadn't had no women in the bed. Yeah, we ain't had no women.
So I think,
yeah.
Looking at, considering what you said, which I think is smart, it'd be better to get an extra soft mattress that you can slide over, you know what I'm saying, and she can lay on that flat mattress. Not even a blow-up. I'm talking about a single bed mattress that you can slide on the floor and she could just put a comfort pillow on it and be there and be comfortable.
Yeah. So if I've never had a woman in the bed with me at all, and my mama coming, I was like, okay, yeah, you can take the bed, I'll take the couch, whatever. But I'm with her. Once y'all been whatever, yeah, that's a little.
Yeah,
and especially if you thinking the way Damo's thinking, because this whole damn podcast, the way he been thinking about.
Man, because you want your mama's
I wouldn't want to lay in there, you know what I'm saying?
Do you want your mama's face to be laying with your nut once?
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Nah, man. Nah, mama.
She
My
finds sex toys. Hey, y'all gotta hide the sex toys too there. Yo, don't have your mom come to the house and she open up a drawer and that
yeah,
damn vibrator in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
you
get
know.
yourself together. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, you got to think about these things, man. You done made a girl, you done had one over, and you had one of them nights, and she done, they had the full blown orgasm, and
Yeah.
you ain't got your sheet covered, you ain't got your bed covered with plastic. And here
Right.
this girl done squirted all on your bed. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't shampooed the shit off. You done scrubbed it a little bit. You didn't dry. You done put sheets there, but it's still there. You're like, mama, this girl did. Nah. You got to think about stuff like that, man. If you love your mama, you got to think about stuff like that. Mamas, y'all need to do the same thing, man. You didn't. This man done busted all. He done squirted and then busted all in your head, on the ceiling, on the headboard, and then here a little junior come. You know what I'm saying? 3 days later, playing. You ain't thinking about that, like, ugh, that's that spot where, man.
Yeah, the counseling says music. And that's what I'm saying. When you newlyweds and you having sex in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the living room, in the laundry room, on the porch, no place is safe. When you 21 years old and y'all are on the back porch, y'all just having sex every damn where. In the pool. So if we just talking about that, somebody invite you to come over and go swimming. Like, when the last time the pool man been cleaning this damn pool? Because it's probably all type of stuff swimming in that damn pool. You know what I'm saying?
I know a story. This dude that was at a public pool, him and his chick was getting it on, and he busted that nut. And then, man, about 5-10 minutes later, they heard this little girl that was only a couple years younger than them was like, "Oh, mama, what's this?" And then they hurried up out of the pool and got out of there. So he's right, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is off bar. You got to think about stuff like that, man. Especially when you're inviting your mama over and you've been a bachelor. You got to think about what you done did in that bed. You know?
That's absolutely true. So that's why I keep a lot of hand sanitizer.
Hell yeah. He said, "Wow, man, I got stories for days. Shit, I know shit. You hear me? That's why I think the way I think, because when you hear stuff and you know stories like true stories, you be like, damn, I didn't even think that shit was possible. But it's the shit you think that's not possible that's very possible.
Right.
Especially when it comes to women. Because the women y'all think are whores and do the nastiest stuff, them the ones you can trust more than the ones you think that's the good girls. It's the church girls, the good girls you got to worry about. Because you'll never see her in that light. You'll never see, I couldn't imagine her, you know what I'm saying, combing a lot of semen out of her hair. You know, I can't imagine, you know what I'm saying, that, some of it got in her eye. You know, you just never think. So you got it.
That's why you keep hotel money. There you go. You're right.
Man. But you think about how many people have been in that hotel and how clean that hotel actually is.
Oh,
maybe that worker wasn't, they was lazy that day. And they said, well, maybe you could spray a little fragrance and, some disinfectant and put a new sheet on and stuff, and they won't know. You don't ever know. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
We don't, man. I mean, and that's true. You don't know when you touch a doorknob, when you open a door, when you go into a fast food place, when you grab tissue, germs and stuff is everywhere, man. You never know. You're right.
Man, you don't know. He probably had that thing in his hand and shot it off, and then said, "Hold on, let me go get a rag." Ran to the hotel bathroom, grabbed the door handle, got the rag, went back out. But guess what? You think he was thinking about that doorknob?
Yeah. Yeah, we can't live there in that type of world anymore. Hell, we'll be scared to go out the house now.
I'm sorry, man. To corrupt y'all minds. I'm sorry, man. Mess y'all minds up.
We be scared to get in the car, go to a hotel, eat at a restaurant. Like, you be scared to do all the time. You're right, now. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up, boy. This world, boy, is crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's telling the truth. There's a lot of sick folks in this damn world, but you can't live in a doomsday environment.
You don't even think about it. Think about it. We don't even think about it. Our
No, we don't.
parents, think about when we was young, and you know our daddy got up, man, was horny and clapped our mama, and then, ooh, let's go make breakfast, and they made their initial cleanup. You know what I'm saying? But you know, she sucked this penis. She probably didn't go gargle or whatnot. You know, it's a lot of women out here that ain't healthy like that. Hey, kids, y'all going to school? Okay, give me kisses for y'all go. You ever think why them kids, you ever see them kids react and be like, ugh, mama, don't kiss me. Ugh, gross. Do you ever think of why they may be saying that shit?
No, I never thought
They may have been listening and hearing what was going on and said, oh, hell no, not today, mama. You know, they heard, ooh, yeah, take it all the way. You know, they like, mama. Because people think kids are dumb and kids don't know. But kids know. You know, I watched my first porno at 9, 10 years old. You know, we knew. You know, we was playing the hide and go get it and hunting. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that shit in kindergarten. Man, we knew. I was a freak long ago. You know, I ain't know all the way where it went in at, but I know it went down there somewhere. The kids know. People think kids is dumb. I was a project kid. I was a kid raised in the ghetto, in the project. We are way more advanced than kids that got 2-parent homes and other ones where their parents shield them away from. Our parents come from, like, my dad raised me. So he wasn't there at work all the time to see what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? We were menace to society. You know, we were real freaks. When we was whistling at them women, for the most part, we knew what we was doing. You know?
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Kids get these women now. Think about these young kids getting these grown-ass teachers. They running game on them. They know. You know what I'm saying? The teacher like, ooh, you handsome. You look good, too. I'm trying to see what that thong look like. They talking, they running game, too.
They out here listening to Sexy Red Pound Town.
Yeah.
Going on, twerking. I was like, man, get the hell out of here.
They acting like kids don't know. Hell yeah, kids know. Some of y'all started and broke y'all virginity at 12 and 13. Don't act like y'all ain't know. Now, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But some of y'all know y'all got them y'all titties and stuff. You ain't had no hair on your balls, and you went ahead and used, you know what I'm saying? A father at 15. And you a father at 15? Come on, man.
I know some at 16, 17. Yeah. Hell, my growing up, hell, I didn't think it was possible until her name was Latasha Bond. She lived on the same street as me. 10th grade, had a baby.
I know you got away with something. He talking about, I did too. My daddy had a van. You know what I'm saying? That thing had spider webs in it. You know what I'm saying? Old flat tires. You know, we still take a girl up in there. And we could, you know. You know what I'm saying? We go get a fresh blanket out the house and think we doing something. You know? Got dumb enough to not understand that they know we in here because the damn van rock. Shit. We ain't hiding from nobody.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Hell
That's
yeah.
crazy,
Yeah, freak ass kid. Hey, I got one more question, right? This topic. Yeah, 14. You're right. This is a question I got for you before we close this out. Hold on, let me turn this all the way down. Okay. So, could y'all live in your spouse? If maybe say if you and she or you was a slut, and there were certain things that y'all couldn't work together on, but y'all got along and y'all wanted to work it out. Y'all loved each other, but y'all just didn't get well long enough to live with each other. Could y'all live in separate houses across the street from each other and have a coherent, functional marriage?
I don't know. It depends on the variables, right? So a lot of people know, you know, I talk about being a music publisher and I talk about being a wrestler, but I'm also an actor too, right? So some of the TV shows and stuff that I've been on, I met this woman where her and her husband had a secondary home or a summer home And by law, they had to live in it like 15, 16, 17 days out of the year. So when she was down there with me casting, she was talking to another woman saying, hey, if you don't have a place to stay, come stay with me. We have this big old house. And my husband is in what other state, but I had to come. One of us had to come here to stay here at least 15 days out of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you come stay with me for the 15 days, and then when I leave, we both can leave, right? So maybe if it's something like that, I could see you had to be separated for a little bit. He goes off to war, you at home. But traditionally, can I see myself living in one house and my wife living in the other? Hell yeah. Because she might not get on my nerves any goddamn way. But conservatively, that ain't usually how it works. But in 2024, if somebody told me, yeah, I'm married, my wife lives across the street, I'd be like, man, that's the best thing going. You got time to miss.
I don't think that would be a bad thing. Because I think that break would and it's not like y'all can't go and see each other every day. Yeah. You're not with her all day long every day anyway. There would be no difference in doing that than if y'all both had separate rooms and had individual beds. What would be the difference?
I mean, because growing up, I remember now, I'm watching My Three Dads, I'm watching the Donna Reed show, I'm watching the Patty Duke show. All the moms and dads slept in separate beds in that one room. There was 2 beds, there was a table, a lamp, and a phone in between. So I'm thinking, how did the kids get made if the daddy's on one bed and the mama is in the other bed and there's a table dividing them?
They move that table out the way, slide it over.
So this theory that you have to be in the same household and sleep in the same bed with your wife, I don't know where that comes from because it ain't in my vows. I never vowed that I was to lay with her every goddamn night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with it. I'm with it. Yes.
I think a lot more people thinking about that. I think a lot more people probably would have longer marriages if they did that.
So Nas, you don't agree with it? Okay, well, you ain't ran into the right woman then who's gonna get on your nerves. Being married for 40, 50, 60 years, if we get into it, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the guest house. Even if we got a big and look, even we have a guest house. Our house is so big that we have the regular house and we have the guest house. Like, I can go to the guest house. You know what I'm saying? Because being in different rooms, I can still hear you. We arguing. I'm in one room, I can still hear you. If the man can go to the guest house and can't hear you, that's a lot of them wife beaters, right? The police are called because a fight broke out because somebody won't shut up. Well, if you leave and go to the guest house or go to the house across the street, I can't hear you. So there's no fight to be happening. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree 100%.
Right. We I gotta get into this. Because man, this whole Diddy thing, man, Sky, I tried my best to stay away from the whole Diddy ordeal. Until this last video came out, I said, this brother, you messed up. So we're going to get into that. But before we do, Sky, I think we've been here a long time. So to get a water break, restroom breaks, I'm going to go ahead and play Dominique J, man. We had her on last night. Shout out to you, Dominique. It was awesome. She came through here. Shout out to everybody down in Memphis, man. Shout out to y'all. So we're going to go ahead and play some DJ, Dominique J, and then we'll be right back. Stay tuned, y'all.
sweet, oh so sweet, attentively, tenderly to me. I want you to know that I love you. You love it when I take it there. Love it when you pull my hair. You love it when I take it slow and drop it down low. You're so want you to know how I feel inside. I want you to know how I feel about you. I want you to know that I need you. Sweet, attentively and tenderly to me. I want you to know that I love you.
Hi, we back. That was Dominique J. Y'all can find her online. It's Dominique with the letter J. She's on Spotify. She's on all musical SoundCloud, all musical platforms. And so,
yep.
Man, Diddy, man. So y'all know they done got him. They got him on video. I don't know who Diddy done pissed off. But Diddy pissed off somebody real bad. Because they dug in and found that somebody released that video of him chasing through the hotel, Cassie, and kicking on her, dragging her, and everything. And so I just want to talk to the men. Fellas, let me just tell y'all this, right? I give Diddy this, because he came out, once the video was released, he came out right away and he apologized. Now, I don't know how far that apology is going to go, right? But I got to give it to him. He apologized. But, man, the worst thing y'all do, y'all always want to be, I don't think it's cool to put your hands on no female at all, right? Not to say that some females haven't did their best to earn it. I get it. But, man, if you get caught on camera doing that, it's over. That is never going to leave you. You hear me?
Right.
It's never going to leave. That is stuck with him. When y'all do things that are on camera, whether, man, by choice or not, whether you want it to be recorded or not, once it is recorded and it is bad like that, you can never escape that. Right. So when y'all in hotels and y'all get into it inside the room and then it spill out of the room and you on your own,
yep,
they gonna really come back to him now.
I mean, there's a lot of avenues to go, but what's the narrative? Are we just talking about who Diddy pissed off, the whole situation, or me and him?
The whole situation.
Like what is the women? Okay, so first of all, that's why I was saying go back to Naj. He was saying who's paying for the bills at the other house? Probably the man is. And this is why we were saying that living in separate houses sometimes stops that. Because what we saw Diddy do to Cassie, that happens in homes all the time, but there's no cameras to catch it. Diddy was just like he said in a bad place in his life, and the camera caught him because there's no cameras in the room. So if he would have beat her in the room, we would have never known it. But he got so bold and brazen that he decided to come out into the hallway and do it. Now this is what 10 years ago. Like how long ago was it?
Man, it was I don't know that part. I can't lie. I don't know.
But yeah, man, that's
at least 5. We know that for
5.
sure.
Yeah,
at least 5.
So to me, she deserves every bit of that 30 million. She deserves every bit of that damn $30 million. A damn bird and picked up a cicada and flew off with it. Sorry, y'all. I was looking at.
I need that bird. Tell that bird I need him over here.
My whole thing is, again, hitting women is wrong, but that was more than just hitting on a woman. That was some shit that Diddy just thought that he was God at that time. Like nobody. I mean, even the Ray Rice incident. He knocked his wife out. Actually, she was his fiance. When she woke up, she became his wife. Knocked his fiance out in the elevator. How bold? And they do have cameras in elevators. How bold are you to knock your fiance out in the elevator? And how bold is Diddy to be chasing a woman that's he outweigh 100 pounds, maybe, kicking her and beating her down the damn hallway, Damo?
Man, so, hey, where it happened to Jay-Z? Shit, Solange put them paws on Jay-Z in the hotel lot in that elevator. We got that.
Jay-Z protected himself. He didn't swing back. He knew better. He knew if he was going to swing, it was going to have to be somewhere where there wasn't no cameras. He was not going to swing back on that girl in the elevator. He knew his surroundings or in the hallway because there's cameras.
You're a better man than me because I would have made sure she caught me because I was going to take her to court. Hell, I got caught on purpose. Hell, she got money. She ain't going to have none after that hit, though. I'd have made sure I'd have stuck my chin out there. So I would have. You know, but that goes without saying, man. I think that's a reason why, you know, man, dudes gotta be careful of their surroundings.
Got to be. I
mean, it's one thing to be an idiot, but you gotta start being the life lesson I want to talk about. Be careful of your surroundings.
That's right.
Like nowadays, understand it don't even have to be a camera in the area. It could be somebody that's just recording unknowingly. You don't even know them or know that they got a phone or even recognize their recording.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You don't know who's where with what doing anything.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
You can accidentally be recorded.
Yeah. But even if Diddy didn't think he was being recorded, where was his mind at? Because this is what women and feminists, this is what they're going to use for the rest of their lives. Because this is it. This is why feminists are saying we don't need men. We are men. We're better than men. We can do what men want. Because when you become submissive to a man, he becomes this. And this is what we saw. What about all the women whose husbands come home and drink and get drunk and beat on them, and the woman never says a thing? How many times has a woman put a restraining order out on a man and she still ends up getting killed? Then he could have killed that girl from the state that he looked like he was in. He looked like his mind was not in that body. I don't know what they had been doing, but Diddy was just, that wasn't Sean Combs. That was somebody else moving that body.
It made me start to question all the things that you're hearing about him. Is it really true? Because you know there was a story about her being passed around at these sex parties.
That's
And
right.
now you hear about the people that men and women he supposedly slept with, and you like, damn, this is some deep stuff, man. Carl Winslow. I mean, man, I'm like, okay, I hope this shit ain't true, man. I hope the thought of that is nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But damn, man.
That's just sad all the way around, man. And then it goes back to who did it and pissed off because all this started when he started going after these owners of Ciroc. You know, basically they just told him, "Hey, you a house nigga, go sit down somewhere." And he going on different TV shows trying to expose Ciroc and what was the clothing line? Sean John and the people behind them. Dude, you might be worth
He messed up.
yeah, you might be worth $100 million, but there's people in this world more powerful than you. And you done pissed off the wrong person. So now a lot of that money that you had saved up is going towards lawyer fees.
Yeah.
I mean, all type of stuff now, man. People might not even buy your music, which might affect the Notorious B.I.G.'s music because he was a part of Bad Boy, and people listen to that stuff, but they know when they buy Biggie's music, some of that money goes to your ass too. So they might quit buying his music. You gave the Locks back they publishing, so they ain't worried about it. Craig Mack is dead. We can go down the line about all the artists that sound bad, but the point I'm trying to make is be careful how you treat people when you on top, because one day you might not be on top. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yep, you're absolutely right, man. I couldn't have said that no better.
Yeah, and I just feel sorry for her, and not only her, but just anybody else who hadn't stepped out yet.
Yeah,
because there's still some of
they
them that's still going through it.
They coming. I heard Nicki Minaj trying to step out. You know.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what? What I found out, he gave it back to him, Naj, the publishing, when it was worthless. Now, once he made all the money he needed to make from the publishing, then that's when he gave it back to him. Now you can have it because it's not worth as much as it was when you was hot 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now I can't just give it back to you. So that's why he gave it back to the Locks. And then Jadakiss, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Jadakiss, so his you remember like a few years ago when a lot of artists were selling their catalogs? He sold his catalog for like $10 million.
Wow.
So he no longer has that catalog anymore. He sold it to a music group for $10 million.
Wow.
Yeah. But it could have been a hell of a lot more, but Diddy deciphered all that publishing out. And now, I mean, 10, 20 years later, the Locks might get played every now and then. It ain't like the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Elvis, who gets played all the time all over the world. You own their publishing, that's hundreds of millions of dollars worth of publishing. A lot of these rappers now are not getting played like that. So the Locks, Faith Evans, who's it? Who did they have? Who's the people that who was the people that he had, the group? It was Boys to Men, but who was the group that Bad Boy had? Those three guys that were singing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You ain't talking about Boys to Men.
No, not Boys to Men. Who was their group? I keep thinking about Day 21, but that was the people that was on the TV show. But anyway, all these people's publishings, you don't hear them no more. Shine, I was a huge Shine fan. You don't hear Shine's music get played like that anymore. So you can give Shine back his publishing. You can give all these people, even your boy Cameron and Mace. He can give Mace back his publishing. People ain't playing Mace like that anymore. So, but the ones where their music is still being played, like Biggie's, nah, he ain't giving that shit back.
Right.
Yeah. That's why artists got to come up with new ways to stay relevant. That's true.
You're absolutely
it's hard to stay relevant when the music industry now is so watered down. I remember when I went to school in 2002 at Nashville State Tech, I learned about this thing called Pro Tools. I was like, yes, Pro Tools is going to be great for the business. And I was like, no, Pro Tools is not going to be great for the business because, yes, you can now record at half the price, but now anybody named Mama can now enter the music business.
Right.
And so now, man, you go on iTunes. If you put a song on iTunes, it's like throwing a quarter in the middle of the ocean and coming back 24 hours later to go look for that quarter.
Yep.
You're streaming, they're paying you like a quarter of a cent for streaming. Like, what kind of shit is that? You know how many streams you have to get to make any money?
Yep.
Yeah. 112. There you go. That's who Bad Boys.
112. Yeah.
112.
Okay.
Yeah. 112.
One of my favorite groups. I didn't know they were under Bad Boys.
But the tour is good too if you can find a place that lets you tour. Because here in Nashville, all the places that I used to rap at they all gone. The Rutledge, the Inn. You cannot rap in Nashville anymore. There are no venues in Nashville that allow rap because them niggas in Nashville tore up all the damn places.
Right.
So you're not gonna come to Nashville and say, "Hey, is there a venue where I can do my music?" Shit, no. Maybe Cafe Coco might let you, but other than that, no. So if you're in a city like Houston, where there's still a bunch of places where you can tour, sell your merchandise, and make money, that's fine. But all in all, man, I try to tell folks that's getting into the music industry at MTSU, make sure you do like me, because my minor was in entrepreneurship. So that way, when the music shit don't work, you find you something else to make money, right?
Right. Yeah, we don't even have a market like that anymore.
No.
And I mean, I can't even remember since I've been here. Rocket Town was one place that they were doing shows that I ever been to, but they don't exist anymore.
No. No, if you ain't doing like country, bluegrass, spoken word, poetry, Nashville just isn't for you, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I still publish, but it ain't like it was back in 2011. 2011, man. Me, Rob D, and a lot of these people, we would be everywhere rapping and doing music and selling CDs and just all type of stuff, man. But now, shit, we used to play. I don't know if you ever heard of a group called Sound Therapy, Damo, but Sound Therapy used to get these buildings, rent them out, and let us come and do our music and network and things like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
now everything is online, where it's like you look at most of the artists, they'll go on and they become a trend. They'll use TikTok or they'll use some of these other ones and try to, have somebody come up with a dance. I think for artists, the best thing that happened for artists is to get one or two things. I shouldn't even be saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Get somebody that is really good at dancing, coming up with dances, right? Or get somebody that's really good at just taking things and turning them into a trend. Either they can act something out with your music or something. But that's the only way your music gonna get out there now.
Right. I had a friend, I still play her music, Tamara Bubble. She has had a lot of placements in movies and TV shows. So congratulations to her. You can get your back then you could try to sell your music to a publishing house, and they would try to pitch your music. But if you just at least get your song played on somebody's YouTube or in a commercial or movie, just something, you know what I'm saying? Hell, even on a radio segment, that's nice income. That's residual income. Because Young Buck, he did his for what, 101 The Beat. When you first listened to 101 The Beat, that was it. So yeah, the money he was getting from that was probably much better than any album sales he ever did for G Unit. Publishing is the way to go because it's residual royalties, and that's what you're looking for. Jasmine, you're awesome too. That's what you're looking for, and that's how you become millionaires, because you get money coming in from all other places while you physically are going out making money. Because you have to have something that generates money while you're not there. You're not going to work your way to become a millionaire. You're not. Right. So you need at least 3 physical things you can do to make money, and then you need 3 passive incomes, maybe more. But that's what I'm just saying. 3 passive incomes that are coming in while you sleep. So a lot of people do Shopify stores and all this old stuff, or do have a website where you can go and buy things. So while they're sleeping, money's still being generated. And that's what publishing is.
And I'm going to send this out to any artist that may be watching this. If you're an artist, if you want to do an intro for our show, an intro video, man, let me or Sky know. Man, we need something, at least up to a minute and a half. I even let you have 2 minutes if it's really good. And if you wanted to do an intro for our show, to help with your promotion, the door is wide open. just reach out to me or Sky. I wouldn't mind moving my intro and allowing you to put your intro in.
Because Damo, how many damn podcasts you got? Like 2 or 3?
Man, I could use it like right now it's just us.
Right.
But I'm getting ready to do one where I go do stories and basically call it where to see what's going on down the online streets. I may do it like that, call it the online streets. Where I find different videos with different topics and I just address them.
Right.
And I wouldn't mind, extending that out and for somebody that's looking for a promotion to say, hey, man, can I do an intro for it? Because Sky, we were trying to do that for you.
Yeah.
We were doing that. Them plugins.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Promotion.
Yeah, and I still have them too. Yeah, so do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you listen to the D Bling radio show, you'll hear those plugins that you did for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did one, Psychosis, or Joshua James did one, and I think I had somebody else did one. I can't think of that artist's name, but yeah, back when I was with 88.3, yeah, sure did.
I used to do them at 88.1 in Akron, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do it on air at college. I'll go to the DJs and be like, hey, let me do you a radio drop. So I did one for this one DJ. His name was DJ D Train or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I did one for him, man. It's a quick 45-second drop, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. And it's good because you need those drops, man. It helps you go into segues because, it's a format. You don't want to just keep playing music, stop. You want a segue into whatever you're trying to do. So you play music, play the drops, and it goes into what you're about to talk or go into some more music. It gives the listener, if you know anything about hearing, it gives the listener's ears, because your ears get tired sometimes. It gives your ears time to relax for a few seconds to hear the next sounds that we call it music, but it sounds that's going into your ear.
I'm going to start doing them on the show.
Yeah.
I did one before the intro today, but after I did, I was like, I can go into character and I can do that throughout our show to help, And so anybody else, if you got a business out there, if you want to do like a 30-second commercial, man, man, we'll only charge you $10, man, to do a whole show where we just promote you throughout the show. We'll do that.
And that's one thing a lot of these artists are not doing either. They're not saving money for promotion. A lot of them always come out and let's be independent. Okay, so when I first started my cleaning company, I started out with a company called Chorus, right? I knew I had to. I couldn't. There was other ways for me to do it on my own, but I had never been in the cleaning business. So, of course, I'm going to go get screwed, learn the business, and now I can do it on my own. I ain't with them no more. I tell all artists, I don't care what they negative say about record labels and publishing companies, go through the process. So that way, when you become independent, you know how much money you need for marketing and sales and PR and all this stuff. Don't just get up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to wear all the hats. Don't do that. Go to a record label because they have the departments for all this stuff to make you successful. Then once your contract is over with them, now you know what to do. And then you're going to make more of the money. I hated this damn thing that was like, oh, yeah, everything's independent. Yeah, Fat Joe was independent after he had signed with multiple record labels over all his years. So, of course, he know what to do. Don't just jump off the porch trying to be independent. Your goal as a new artist is to get signed. And I hate to say it, is to get screwed. I knew when I went to Chorus I was going to get screwed, but I knew I was going to learn why I was getting screwed. Even Cameron said when he signed with his first record label, he had somebody tell him, hey, this is where your money's going to art marketing. This is your publisher. So once he got to Rockefeller, that's why he made more money, because he knew what he was going through. A lot of people just want to get into it and with their eyes closed and jump in the pool to see if there's any water in there or not. You have to go and be an apprentice somewhere. Yes, it's not going to be fun, but you're going to learn. And then after a couple of years of going through whatever, then that's when you can get into it. So that's the problem with a lot of these artists. They don't know what to do because they've never been around it.
Right. Because the one thing, I'm all for independent, But when I was thinking about it and something you just said, and you're absolutely right. There's one thing that record labels can produce for you that nobody else can, and that is connections. They can give you the connections that it would take you, they could give you a connection and within a couple seconds that it would take you yourself 6
Yes.
months, 8 months, a year to find out on your own.
Ain't no water at the shallow end. Show late.
Yeah.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
So if I wanted to learn how to make shoes, I can get that information faster from a record label, right? Than I could researching that stuff on my own, or having a publisher or manager be able to give me that kind of information.
No. I mean, a lot of successful people have all those departments because you, as the artist, the only thing you need to be focused on is your art.
Right.
Artist. You don't need to be focusing on shoe deals. That's why you have your personal manager, your business manager, your lawyer, your accountant, your PR. You have the record label. You have all these people supposedly taking care of you. You need to focus on the art. But when you're trying to be independent and try to do the business and the art, something's going to suffer, either the business or the art. So you can't do both, right? So when I signed with Corvus, all I wanted to do was just clean. I knew they was going to screw me, but I just needed to just clean. Once I got my cleaning down, I like, hell, then I don't need Corvus no more because my cleaning will speak for itself. This is before I broke my wrist. But the cleaning will speak for itself, and I can go out and get my own customers.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just telling artists to do the same thing, man. If you're breaking into this business, you want to sign with somebody who's been there. There's nothing wrong with people signing with, what's his name, Gotti, any of those folks. I mean, yeah, Gotti's going to make a lot of the money, but he's going to teach you what you need. Because a lot of y'all are young anyway. You're 21, 25. Shit, go get screwed for a couple of years. And then by the time you turn 30, hell, you'll be millionaires because you know what to do. You know.
And Naj made a great point. When you want to learn how to swim, you got to go in the deep end. See where you can swim. He is absolutely right. And that's what Sky's talking about as far as like, maybe you take that first risk and go get a deal.
Yeah. And if you're the type of person who wants to learn and wants to be in the business, you're not going to just sit there and get screwed. You're going to learn while you're getting screwed. And I knew that. Right. I knew I was going to learn. I asked questions. I talked. I did. Every time I talked to Corvus, I was always sucking up information about this, that, and the third all the time. Like I was talking more than I've ever talked in my life because I knew I had a goal in less than a year I was going to walk away from y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, right. and that's why I did it.
You're right, man.
Yeah. But a lot of people are so scared and that those few years where everybody talking about independence is independent. Yeah, I'm doing independent. I don't need nobody. What are you talking about? Everybody needs a team, and no one person has ever became rich by themselves. Even Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, did not become a billionaire by himself. He has a board. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
You know what I'm finding interesting too? Mm-hmm. Especially even with this, the Soul Driven Artist View. You know what? The one thing I've learned. Now the award is based on what? Your ability to get other people to come through and vote for you, right?
Right.
If you're an artist and you can't even get people to support you, why are you doing this?
That's true. And
because
go ahead.
Because you don't need a record deal. Sky, you can attest to this. Mm-hmm. You don't really. It's good to. I mean, if you could get one to learn, go ahead. But a lot of people need record deals, and I'll tell you why they need record deals. Because they don't know how to go out and make themselves to make them sell themselves.
100%.
If you can't sell your music, it don't matter how good you are. If you're not good where people want to buy it, then it is better if you have.
That's right.
They can't to do the work. They want the work doing the work, and they are they are
Absolutely.
afraid of getting where they want to go.
Absolutely.
And
You was
it's
absolutely great.
excuse
You was absolutely
people to do the work for them, but it doesn't work like that. If you want something like people in Nashville artists, y'all need to pay attention to how Young Buck got to where he got to. Young Buck had to leave, and he was almost out on his ass before he got picked up, because he was in between, man, Cash Money and 50 and them. He was out in California. They was on their way of being stuck. You know what I'm saying? You got to take risks. You know, and there's some consequences. There's some consequences come with them risks, but you got to take risks if you really want it. And some people, they not. I'm seeing that interviewing artists like, you're good, but I can understand why you didn't make it.
right. That is absolutely true, and I'm with you on that, and that's what I'm saying. If you don't have the business mindset, if you just right brain and you just want to do the art, go get you a team, whether it's a record label, whatever, publishing, whatever. But and vice versa, if you like me who can't, is just not musically inclined, then I'm not for to be a rapper and write songs. I'm gonna do the business part, and then I go find somebody who does it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But nobody wants to put in the work. Everybody wants to be satiated right now. So,
they
but
want
go back
the rewards without the work.
Yeah. So to go back to the original point, I didn't mean to stretch it that long, but go back to the original. If you can't afford to give Damo $10 to promote your stuff, you don't need to be doing nothing. Nothing. Right. I don't care if you're a janitor, a rapper. I don't care if you're selling saran wrap. I don't care if you're selling bras. You have to put money behind you and marketing, because nobody knows you exist. Nobody knows you exist. You can have the greatest dope and cocaine in the streets, but if them junkies don't know where you are, what difference does it make?
Man, which was why I'm gonna tell you, like with Sky Wrestles. So I went to Sky and was like, Sky, can I do you an intro? Like, people don't broaden their imagination. I was like, man, if whenever he do a show and I gotta go and get something much better quality to get to him. But I was like, they hear me every time he come out. Who wouldn't think, how are you a musician and we in the state where there's wrestlers and you're not going to the wrestlers saying, hey, especially when you watch WWE, and a lot of artists, I don't even know them until they get on WWE. A lot of them I ain't even heard of. And then they heard their music, damn, and it's rock. That's the crazy part. I hear that shit and I'll be like, that's rock. I love that. Limp Bizkit. I ain't hear Limp Bizkit until they did one of them things with Undertaker and them, one of them events for them. My way or the highway, one day you. I didn't listen to Limp Bizkit or any of them. Yep. You know, I become fans of some of them. What's the one? Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Yeah.
That's what they're
Drowning Pool. I didn't know Drowning Pool until wrestling. And then, man, because they did that, I was like, wow, this caught my attention. I like rock. I went to go listen to other songs that they had. So artists, I think, man, for the most part, they don't do a lot. They don't do enough. They kind of hinder themselves.
Yes,
and you're right, Sky. If they went and had a label, it probably advanced them further. I know it probably would have did us, you know, but with that said, I'm kind of glad my group didn't get one. Because somebody would have got Diddy in our group. I know it. I know it. We was in with the wrong mindset. It's important to have that up here.
Right. You're right about that. So even if you was charging 20, 25, if you don't have at least a $500 budget, and I'm just saying it just because in 2024, maybe back when me and Damo was coming up, $100, $200 marketing budget was great. But now in 2024, at least a $500 budget to say, hey, Damo, I'm forgiving you. How much you need to do this for 6 months? You need $200. Here's $200. Promote me every show 6 months to do whatever we got to do. Let's see what the numbers say. If the numbers is telling me that your podcast is helping me grow, here's another 200 for another 6 months. That's how you have to keep doing it, and then go to another platform. Because if you're listening to me and Damo, you should be able to know the artist, not the artist, the audience that we're going after. Now, if you're doing country bluegrass, I don't think me and Damo's talking to country bluegrass folks. I don't know if they listen or not, so I don't expect you to pay us. But if you are the people who's trying to reach our audience, then yeah, contact that man and do it. I'm not trying to sell him. I'm just saying, no matter, even my business, I have to put money behind marketing and all this stuff. I got a website, I got a Yelp, and I got a Google page. That stuff costs. You got to.
And you know the crazy part about this guy? People look at it like, man, well, I'm paying them. What am I getting out of this? Well, what do you think I'm going to do with the money? I'm going to take the money and pay for views. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So it helps me and it helps you. Because what is $10 going to do for me? I mean, really think about this. What is $10 going to do for me? You can't even get a quarter of a tank with $10 now. I'd rather take that money and throw it right back into promotion.
You can't even go to Chick-fil-A for $10.
Hell no. McDonald's. Yeah, you get, hey, man, can I have a cup of water? $10? What?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
And that's why a lot of people don't make it. They
so that's all I'm going to do. Take the money and throw it right back into it.
Everything.
Exposure. It's everything. Right. You're absolutely right, Naj.
Everything. You come up with a plan. You say, this is my product. This is what I'm trying to get it in front of. Who are doing what I need them to do to get in front of that specific audience.
Right.
And then that's where you go.
Because you think about this. You know, we do this every week. And we know it's going to take a long time, you know what I'm saying, maybe, for us to grow our audience. But, you know, there are people that want to run a podcast, and they be like, well, I haven't started it yet because I need this and that to go right. Man, me and Sky, we linked up. We had a little meeting. Man, we set a time when we was going to do our first one, and we've been going ever since.
That's right. There's no perfect timing for anything.
He said,
never be a perfect time for nothing.
They don't want to pay in the North.
Yeah.
I'm in the North and they don't want to pay. Let me tell you, there are people that will pay producers, but the producers aren't even the people you really want to pay. It's not the producers. You know who you want to pay? The people that make videos. The videographers, the video editors. Them are the people that if I was back doing this serious, that's who I would pay. I would pay people with like Sky. You know, man, let me pay you to play me more often. Y'all crazy. Y'all got a dude that got his own online radio station right here, and y'all not saying, man, we should have did. We were stupid. Well, we were smart, but we were stupid. You know, the smart thing we did do is we did the radio drops. Well, Sky, can we do your radio drops, man? Man, we try to make you sound good and look good. Sky was like, sure. That's smart. Now, if I was really smart and thinking back at it now, I'd have said, Sky, it go to $300, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and spend us. Nah, but I wasn't thinking like that back then.
Yeah. Hey, you know me, we being with 88.3, with them being with the college, they wouldn't allow me to take it no way. So a lot of the stuff that I did for artists was literally out the kind of
they wouldn't even know. Let me tell you.
You know what I'm
saying? I would be like, Scott, let's go on Shoney's. And I'd have slid that up under the table. Yeah. You know what I mean? Man, shit. They wouldn't know. But see, I'd give you here. I can't eat this burger. You want it? And then it would have had cheese, but it had that different cheese.
And to piggyback on what we talk about, right? So I was with 88.3 for like 5 years. We wasn't getting paid. We had to do all this extra stuff to be DJs. We wasn't just DJs. We had to do like chores. That's what I'll call them to keep your show. So I learned everything I needed to know about being a DJ, running a show, how to market a show, how to do all this stuff. So that's why I have my own station, because I went through the fire with MTSU and their radio station. So when I wanted to start my own, I'm not just blowing money. I know exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, that's how I'm with it. But the main goal is, if you ain't got the money to get yourself out there, then whatever product you selling is not gonna happen. No. And then think about what Damo's saying. So let's say you did it today. You gave him $200 a day. He promoted you for the next 6 months, right? Well, let's say 2 years from now, this podcast blows up. Because usually what happens is it'll be one that'll go viral. And then people will go back and watch the old videos. Think of all that promotion you had in the old videos that they're going to go back and watch. Like Eminem. When Eminem blew up on his major one, everybody went back to listen to all that underground shit that he did before he came out with his first commercial. So this is what we're saying. If you're on the ground level now, and then all of a sudden we have one that goes 1 million views, those 1 million people are going to go back and watch every last video that me and Damo has ever done.
Think about all the crazy things. Hey, Sky, think about all the crazy stuff we stay on this show.
Yeah.
And the ways that we piss people off. Yeah. The ways that we make some people laugh. And then some people be like, man, you know what? I agree with the hell they saying. And all it take is one viral moment, and it could come in any time. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? If we knew, we probably would have been already went by. Right. We don't know. We're quite sure that eventually somebody, because Kevin Samuels had happened to, it said he was doing it for years. And then they caught wind of one clip, and then they start going back to all his old stuff, like they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Like a lot of them, I've been researching, Damo said they've been doing it since like podcasting, because podcast is only like 10, 15 years old from what I've researched. Yeah. A lot of them been doing it since day one. So now at the 10th to the 15th mark, they're starting to see the money, because that's when the money's now coming in. So a lot of them got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos that they've done with nobody paid attention. And then when that 1-2 videos, like music, gets to popping, then everybody goes back. And then those videos start making you money now, because it's in your catalog. So not only are the new ones making you money, but the old ones publishing catalog is making you money. So invest now. So in the future, you're going to have residual income coming back from the ones that we're doing now and the ones that we're doing in the future. Don't wait till we got 1 million views, because then Damon probably going to charge you $10. He got 1 million people watching. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they going to pay the tax in the future. You come in at $10, and you're going to get those future 1 million views to come back and see your product.
It's smart business.
It's smart business, yeah.
It's smart business. Mm-hmm. Man, Naj, I agree. You know what I'm saying? I actually do want to get back to, I was talking about that today. The money that I make on, I think that would be good. Us to have a panel of men having discussions like this. Man, that would just be killer.
It would.
That'd be awesome. That was the vision. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll all come through. Again, once you get to where you need to be and you go viral, you'll have people knocking on your door wanting to do this, what you're talking about, you know? Yeah. So it will come. Right now, we just servicing the people that we need to service now. Be good stewardess of what we have now. And then when the show grows, we'll know how to be good stewardess over that too.
You got it, man. He's absolutely right. Y'all, we have ran Sky.
How long is one never, right?
This
2 hours and 48 minutes.
Ever.
Yeah.
And Naj, man, you, I'm gonna holler at you off of here. You know me, and you can do a show on a day like this.
Yeah.
If you got topics you want to talk about, man, all you got to do is, I can show you how to do it, but we can come up and create a show. I would like to do shows on other days also.
Yep.
Most definitely, you know. And I even got a cool name for it.
Hey, but before we go, I have to give it. Damn, I can't go to it. See if it can send me to it.
Hey, go
It
ahead, take
popped
your
up,
time.
but I didn't get a chance to say anything.
Got you.
Shit. Maybe. Oh, maybe it wasn't a part of that. Let me see. 14. Okay, so today is a milestone. I don't know if it's for both of us or just on mine. It says we got a little. Look, did you see it? A silver trophy. We've reached 100 messages today on Restream Chat. So
Wow.
wow, yeah, we've reached. So yeah, we've got a little gold trophy right here. It said I've reached 100 messages today with Restream Chat. So yeah, so we've
Nice.
had 100 messages come through here. Yes. I'm like,
Nice.
damn, did we really? It's been 100. But I guess
You know what, Sky? We've come a long way.
yeah.
And I gotta say, God bless you, bro. Because first and foremost, I'm gonna give my flowers to Sky. It's so hard to find people that are not only like got a similar vision, but just man, they got a work ethic.
Yes.
Man, I was able to talk to Sky. We put this together, and look now, we months later still into this.
Yeah.
And it's getting better and better. And I know it's getting better because we getting the hate mail when people just like, I can't wait to see what they talk about today. And we grateful for y'all, whether we get on your nerves or don't. If you're a fan or you just really can't stand us, we are grateful either way. But I got to give my flowers to Sky because Sky, and I know, I respect Sky. Sky's younger than me, but I got so much respect for this dude when it comes to his thoughts on finances, to his thoughts on creating things and his business ideas, to how he moved, period. Man, I think if y'all know and y'all meet Sky, y'all met a real live winner. Y'all got somebody that you can get behind and he a good dude and trust that, you know, of course we all don't know everything, but Sky will not lead you wrong. If he don't know, he ain't got no problem saying X.
Right. Yeah, I have no clue. Thank you, Damo, and same to you, man. Because I was praying to God because I've been wanting to do a podcast, right? Like with my CEO cartel, I'm trying to revamp it and get some more things done before I start back up. But I wanted to do one with a host, and then when you said that, when me, you, and Rob do when we went at 8-man, and I like having these conversations because I don't want people to think that we're hypocritical. When you said I do this. Let's do it together. I said, well, let me pay for lunch because I want to pick your brain because that's what you do. If somebody is doing something that you want to do, people love to do one thing. Let's talk about themselves. So you say, hey, can I take you to lunch, right? And pick your brain. And when we went to lunch, you gave me the jewels. You was like, let's do this. I'm like, hey, what Tuesday you want to start? We picked the Tuesday, and every Tuesday professionally, thunderstorms, winds, stuff happens. But more professionally, every Tuesday, we on time, 12 p.m. to whenever, every Tuesday.
And you know, this has also been, and this has also been motivation for, you know, all the artists. You know, this helped me evolve in that. Interviewing, there's been times where I have had personal growth where remember the weekend where all the electric went out, where you were saying, and I had to run the show an hour by myself. And I was like, man, I successfully put together a show and had to run it. So I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to Kobe. Man, it's been awesome, man. And I can't wait to see, you know, the trajectory of where we end up.
Oh, yeah. Because you have a lot of knowledge, Damo, and a lot of people, even I was laughing earlier, might not think the way you think, but that's okay because they need to sometimes. What you bring to the table, like, dude, I didn't think that way. And that's why a lot of the women are mad because they're thinking, I don't want my man to be thinking the way Damo's thinking. Well, sorry. Sometimes you have to think that way to make it through life. You can't go through life with the little shades like horses. They don't like them to look through their peripheral because it scares them. Sometimes you have to think other ways to do things.
Well, you know this, ladies, I want y'all to think about this. The reason why you guys don't have to think about it is because no matter how bad your situation is, there's somebody to come through to save you, to stand up for you. So y'all will have other women that'll stand up for you and vouch for you, whether the behavior is good or bad. They'll vouch for you. You have men that were raised by single mothers that will protect women at all costs. Even if the women are in the wrong, they will protect women, right? They're close to their mom. You'll have the government. Man, they protect y'all all day. They know it's not right that y'all out here having unprotected sex with multiple men, having babies with multiple men. But no matter how many times you do it, they're there.
They're there. Yep.
Who is like that for men?
Mm.
See, there's nobody protecting men. You're being protected. So you're looking at it from your perspective. But you got sons. Have you ever looked at anything from his perspective? Have you ever looked at something and said, you know what? My son may be going through this one day. Have you? A lot of y'all haven't. So y'all don't look at things. People always look at things because the majority of people are selfish. So they only look at life from their own perspective. They never look at life through the lens of anybody else and put themselves in the shoes of anybody else. Correct. And so when I'm playing devil's advocate, some of this stuff I really believe, a lot of this stuff I really don't. But I want y'all to become thinkers too. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all see the evolution of the way men are thinking. How is that working out for y'all in y'all relationships? Men aren't even opening the doors anymore. They'll pull up and go in before y'all. They're not even getting up out of their seat to give you a seat to see you pregnant. You holding 2 or 3 bags. They're not even getting up out of their seat. You seeing less and less men do that, right? Y'all see what, but y'all don't ask why. And so I'm the person to give you the why. This is why men think like this. Men are thinking, what am I getting out of this? How does this benefit me? Self-survival. I could go ahead and dedicate my life and give this woman everything. She can just not be happy, leave, get full custody of the kids. I love them kids just as much as she do. She got full custody of the kids. I'm the one that had to break my back. You know what I'm saying? Work at the sewer line and then become, man, the head CEO of this company. I was this. She gets half. Why? This is not to disrespect her and say that her home, you know, or her being a parent isn't a job. But you wasn't stepping in piss and doo-doo. I could have stayed home with the kids and did that. I could have done that. I could have took them to the doctor's appointments. You know what I'm saying? I had to break my back to get this paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And you get half. So if it's all about 50-50 and equality, then why don't you be equal and build your own the way I had to build my own?
Right. Remember we talked about this, right? We talked about men's mental health, right?
Yes.
And then at the beginning of and at the beginning of the video, we talked about if you're not ready to, if we talk about men's mental health, right? So if you're going through something mentally yourself, the last thing you need to do is date and have to deal with her mental health.
You know, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Ladies, I hear a lot of y'all say men are toxic. Y'all raising us. A lot of us, our fathers are in jail. Or our fathers are at work all the time. Our fathers is, you know, you are the nurturer. Yes, so if we come up, if we toxic, the way we think, right? Y'all the ones that surround us the majority of the times. You guys are the shapers and the molders. When Mother's Day came around, you patting yourself on the back, receiving flowers. Generations are getting worse. I have not heard any of y'all say, dang, this generation is better than the next.
Nope.
Have you ever heard have any of y'all ever said that?
No, I've heard it's going to get worse before it gets better. That's what I've heard. It's going to get much worse. Yep, that's right.
And so the only way I feel like it's going to change is I'm not really speaking to the ladies. I'm speaking to the men when I speak. Because I think for women to change, men have to change. And there's going to take men to change other men. Because the way the men think, you know what I'm saying, agreeing with y'all, always ask me in this. Show me the results. For you to believe, show me in your life, where does that apply where it's successful? If you're going to agree with these women and how they move, that's fine. No problem with that.
Right.
But my question is, show me how the results have helped your life. I don't want to hear about anybody else's experience and results. And agreeing with them, have you been able to get that wife? Have you been able to have that long-term marriage, that healthy house?
Right.
Because if it's no, then I don't give a damn what you believe. Show me your receipts.
Right.
And if your receipts got failure on it with no signs of any success, sustainable from any point to now, I don't want to hear it. All you can do is just show me how you failed.
I agree.
And so like me and Sky don't always see eye to eye on everything, but what I love about co-hosting with Sky is we respect each other's opinion. I don't be mad. I don't go over here, man, thinking, oh, Sky, this and this and that, and he this. No, that's my brother.
Right. Same here, man. I'll be watching shows, and one guy, if you don't agree with him, he calls you a simp and all these other. I'm like, why do these people got to be names because they don't agree with you? Right.
And I said this many times before. They have to, rather you think that person a simp or not, guess what? They have to live with the result of their choices and their decisions. So what's it to you?
Correct.
If y'all think these dudes out here, man, saving these women and catering to these women, fine. When they get fucked over one day, they'll understand. Right. So I don't care if a person have a vision or a thought different from mine. Because eventually, guess what? They're going to run head to head with that thought. And then it may change, it may not.
Right.
But they have to deal with the consequences of it. So what's it to me?
That's right. I ain't here to change nobody's mind.
Right.
That's a waste of time and breath.
Right. Only thing that's going to change them is experience. And you hope experience even do that. Because I seen people go through shit, still go, and they ain't learned the lesson.
I ain't learned a damn thing. Correct. I ain't learned nothing, had it?
Ain't learned nothing, but it's on them. I mean, they the one that got to live with them consequences and the results. Not me. Right. So when people crying, it ain't no good women. It ain't no good men out here. Well, you have to deal with the consequences of passing them up. I ain't got to explain to you that you done passed that up.
Right.
You just have to deal with the consequences of it. And it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's what's up, man. Great way to end the show, my friend. Great way to end it.
Man, God bless you, brother, man.
You
always tell people this. The only thing guaranteed in life is death. So you can only control what you can control.
That's right. That's it.
Yes,
that is it. And thanks to Nash, thanks to Jasmine, thanks to Jimmy. Did anybody else comment on here?
Yes, somebody else too. They're deep in the
Thanks to everybody who watched today. Hopefully y'all learned something today. And hopefully we've said something that'll make you tune in next Tuesday.
And if you get a chance, man, if you can, share this.
Yeah, share
Please share this. Y'all can help us grow by just simply sharing it. The share will go a long way for us.
A very long way.
All right, y'all. We out, man. Thank y'all. Y'all can catch the recap on me or Sky's page, or y'all can go to the YouTube. What's your YouTube page that they could go to, Sky?
Mine is CEO Cartel 5150.
Okay. And ours here is www.youtube.com/the @ Soul Driven Media.
Yep. So until next time, everybody, I hope y'all have a great week. I hope you have a great week too, Damo. Tell the family I said hello.
Okay, will do. Peace, y'all. Love.
Peace.
Until next Tuesday. We are out.